Gather round, we got no gods to please. Saturday night, no sermons, just ease. Discussions flow like midnight breeze. No prophets here, just minds to tease. We talk big bangs and evolution. Question faith with our solution. Stars align in our confusion. Breaking free from old illusion. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers. Open hearts and swift deceivers. Make your stand, no hidden levers. Raise your glass to reason's thrill. No ancient text, it's our own will. Debate till dawn, feel the chill. Saturday night, we've got the skill. Echoes of a godless choir. Like the world, we spark the fire. Free thought mindset to inspire. No holy walls to take us higher. Fun, fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun, fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun, fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers.
And that's us. Saturday night at the Atheist. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Yay!
Pretty good.
I'm still evolving. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's another day. We're all above ground. It's a good day, right?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, damn. Push that button. I got my ARC shirt on today. I thought I'd do a little throwback here. Got the ARC protest. For those of us that went to the ARC protest this summer, I was just talking about it, and I said, hey, I got a souvenir. I think I'm going to wear that shirt that ain't 10 pounds dripping wet with sweat this time. And so I said, hey, here it is. And it was right there on the pile, right out of the laundry. I said, hey, perfect. Here we go. So I got my shirt on. Hello, Austin. Hello, Brainless. Hello, Mike. Hello, Scott.
Everybody hear me?
Hello, Slim. Thanks for joining us. And Simos Funk, as always, a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Hello,
So-
everybody. Hello, everybody who is over here from the Kentucky Atheist show.
I do appreciate Joe sending folks over. Hello, everybody from the Kentucky Atheist. I saw you were over there, Austin.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the end of the show there, but poof.
What?
I did miss the end.
Some MAGA troll named Trippy Cast came on and started spewing nonsense about the Charlie Kirk shooter, saying he's a
Oh my
leftist,
god.
and Sumami went off on him.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
Sumami
I don't
take
want
care of
you.
it.
Sumami.
If you stir tsunami, like you'll get a
Oh, yeah.
tsunami.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yes,
That's
tsunami,
one
yeah.
feisty lady.
He for sure brought the collar out in our good Sumami, which is very funny because he tried to claim at the end of it that Sumami gave him IBS. Really
Oh my
funny.
Jesus. Oh my.
And
Yeah.
well, before we get started, I wanted to share something. Geo Sam made me a little clip, and
He's awesome at that.
if you don't know Geo Sam, he does GIMP, which is kind of a knockoff of Photoshop. If you want any tips and how to do things in GIMP and all that kind of stuff, Geo Sam is the man. And GeoSam sent me a clip the other day, and I said, I'll put some music to this and throw it out there. So thank you for GeoSam sending me this, and just for that, I threw a little tune to it, and we're gonna play it real quick. Thank you again, Sam, for sending it to me.
Metal grinding, sparks ignite, steel screams, splits the night.
I see a black screen.
Hold on.
So tight.
We're gonna try this again. All right,
Okay.
here we go. We're gonna take this one down, and we're gonna back this one up. One thing about StreamYard, it won't play one over another. So that was my bad. We fixed it. We're getting not a big deal. Let me clear this, get everything back straight again. All right, now we're gonna try again. There we go.
Metal grinding, sparks ignite, steel screams, splits the night. Captive desk, held so tight. Chains snap, unleash the fight. Shots fly high.
Killer.
Yeah, that was a neat little vibe. It had the jail cell thing and everything. So I put into AI something about release the desk or something. So that's what it came up with.
It
Again,
sounds pretty awesome as well.
yeah, it
Sounds
did.
like Five Finger Death Punch, which is
Yeah.
a band whose music is it's good, but it's like really repetitive. And also, I don't like them as people, so I don't like to admit that sometimes their music slaps. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
and
was a
I'm
cool
with
little,
Geo.
their drummer is like a super weird MAGA cultist guy. All the rest of them are MAGA too, but the drummer is especially weird. He's like he's had extreme body modifications. He's the kind of person that most Trumpers would call Satan, and yet somehow he's on the team. It's really bizarre. But anyway,
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand when there's like modified people that are MAGA. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, I'm fully modified
Wrong
from
side.
head to toe, and I see that, like, especially like the middle-aged women that have the hand tattoos. I'm like, how are you MAGA when you have one of the things that represents most of being stepping out of society as possible is a hand tattoo? Face is
honestly,
even
you don't.
worse.
You don't even have to be modified. You can just have long hair. I just have long hair,
Yeah.
and they assume I'm a hippie freak.
I got some long hair left.
But
Just a
Sorry,
little
Dave.
update.
I'm not trying to show off. That's cruel, huh?
They took my stitches out this week, and I also had every medical test in the world. So, short update. It was a long week. I saw a lot of doctors. I had a lot of tests, but the plan had been all along. They wanted to have everything done because next week, my specialist is going to map his strategy to shoot me with a laser every day for a week. So they wanted to run every test in the world but one. They still haven't found out where it came from.
Yeah.
It did not come from my lungs, and it did not come from my guts. So
Let me
on
get this straight,
Monday,
Dave.
they are going to
Dave.
put a camera in every man's favorite place and see if it came from there. So Dave is going to have his junk, no, I don't want to turn anybody's stomach, but I'm not looking for. Of course, I kidded the nurse.
Sounding.
For everything they'll knock you out for, they don't knock you out for this.
I know.
Just-
What the fuck? Why wouldn't they do that? It's like
I don't know.
It's almost
I'm
like they
crazy.
enjoy the torture. So
what
Dave,
you're
let me get
saying-
this straight. They're going to strap you down and shoot lasers into your brain.
Yep.
Good luck.
I had a day this week where they made a mask of my head. It's a warm, cool mold thing, whatever they call it. It's warm when they put it on. It's really nice.
Wow.
And they keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until it. They want it to feel pressure. They don't want you to move or anything. So that's what they did. They take this mask. It's basically like what do you call like pegboard? It's full of holes.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, and there's a back half and there's a front half, and they put it on you, and it's not claustrophobic anymore, full of holes and everything, but And then they just keep pushing it, and there's a couple, three or four ladies all around me, and they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. It felt really nice until it cooled off. It was really nice when it was warm. So they made a perfect squish of my head. So when I go in for these 6 treatments, each day I will be in the exact same position, and there's no option. I mean, it's right. You're pinned in there, okay?
But
Dave,
Dave, how can they make something perfect based on your face?
I don't know. The idea is that they have exact coordinates on me that match the exact coordinates to the MRI, that exact coordinates to all the other scans they did. That'll go directly to the computer the doctor has in his office or home or whatever, and everything is going to be synced up so that when I go in, he's basically going to hit a button. It's going to know where to do, where to aim, where to point. And I'm only going in for moments. This is literally just something where it's probably going to take them longer to strap me in. Giggity. Pew, pew, pew. They shoot me, and then I go home. And then the next day, I come back, do the same exact thing. The next day. It's called 5 days plus 1 instead of 6 days. I don't know. But for 5 days plus 1 every day, I'm going to go see him. And he's going to spend all his time perfectly measuring me and strap me in to go pew, 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 go home. And then basically I am what they call an MRI patient. So they are going to zap me, and then periodically they are going to give me an MRI to see what's going on. So my hands, my fate is in the pew, 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 and what the MRI says when they check me, they said about every 2 months they're going to check me for what's going on in my head. And I'm also going in for a full round, whatever it's not really a full round. See, it's everything they saying is called targeted. Okay. So chemo, lasers, radiation, whatever the word is, they do not zot your whole body anymore like they used to. You know, people would just look like terrible, basically you're walking into a radiation room, right? They are very selective. They are to the hundredths of a millimeter of where they're zapping me. The good news is, I guess, the bad news is, let's start from the bad news, catch everybody up. Bad news is they found something in my head. All right. It was making me dizzy. It was making me goofy. I just wasn't myself, right? They found a tumor in my head. For those of you that haven't known or haven't heard, it's one of those things that hits you out of the blue. I mean, what do you do when a doctor tells you got a tumor in your head, right? So you listen to your doctor. Doctor said, well, I'm going to take that thing out your head. I said, please do. They are going to proceed to zap me. So if anything is left from it, it will be gone from my head. And with a little luck, it doesn't come back into my head. Now, there's no guarantees it won't. Tomorrow it can grow right back in my head. Nothing I can do about it. Okay.
Hey! What you're saying
was
is
that the wrong
pray it away
Arnold Schwarzenegger tumor joke?
Yeah.
It felt like it didn't land very well.
Yeah. Go ahead, Slim.
What, you didn't try to pray away it? Didn't you try that first instead of going to the doctor and listening to all those goddamn fucking medical professionals and nothing? Sorry, okay, I'm done. I've
had some Christians offering me prayers and everything, and they are appreciated. I've had people that are my internet, shall we say, enemies that had no interest in all wishing me well, but they did anyways. I had people saying things about Jesus and everything, and I said, hey, Jesus is yet to come. I'm still alive, okay? Let the doctors do their work, okay? And if Jesus is guiding their hand when they're shooting a laser at me, thank you, Jesus, okay? I'll take all the help I can get. However, right now, it is in the hands of doctors, surgeons, scientists, lasers, technology, and a technology that's advancing literally every 2 weeks. My doctor says he gets updated with new stuff. So that's how fast of an industry this is. So as long as they can shoot stuff, keep me alive, then I'm happy. If they can't and it takes over, they've done everything they can. Cancer is one of those animals, right? It can hide out. And now, speaking of hiding out, here's been the problem. They don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
It did go to my brain because it was in my bloodstream. And that's why out of the blue, I was acting weird. For you, some of you might say I'm always weird, but for me, I noticed very recently, there was nothing prior to this. Very recently, it hit me like a ton of bricks because apparently this thing, as soon as it landed in my head, started messing with me. Now, they do not know where it came from. They thought I had lung cancer. I don't have lung cancer. They thought it was in my stomach. It's not in my stomach. They thought it was in my esophagus. It's not in my esophagus. So, after having every test in the world this week in prep for my treatment, because they wanted to make sure, everything, what they're doing, where everything is at, mapping everything out, everything. It's a very serious thing. It takes him about a week where he is going to map out each shot of this laser. It's a really amazing thing. It's all in a computer program, and he will set me up every day for a week and a day. They call it a week and a day.
Yeah. And
they are going to zap me. Now, the only thing is, they don't know where it came from. They've looked all around my body. They don't know where it came from. It's technically, it ended up in my head because it was in my bloodstream. And this is one of the places, hey, this is a good place to hang out, right? But they don't know where it came from. So after I've had every test in the world, I'm going to have one more. On Monday, they are going to look in my junk. Now, for those of us...
See, I thought you were going to see your back door. I thought you were going to see your back door. And then you said your junk, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be fun. You're going to get sounded. That's always fun.
Yeah, they do not put you under for this, apparently. Yeah, they grab your junk, and they put a camera in there, and they say, And they said, the only good news is it's rather quick, and they're in and out. And I said, you better be, or you're going to get a decked, right?
I thought you would have said, that's what my wife says.
right. So I have every test in the world. I've had a PET scan. I've had MRIs. I've had all the different, what you name it, I've had it. This week and they messed me up so good. I'm all re-bruised. That's how much they stabbed me this week. I mean, I was all healed, and I'm starting from scratch again. Both my hands, they had dyes in me, for the.
Okay, that makes sense.
What do you call it? The uranium dye or
anyway.
Yeah, they put all the fluids in me, all the dyes in me, all the tracers in me. They messed my arms all. They're all healed, and now they're all black and blue and sore again. So, but thank you for all the hard work everybody did. I know they probably got sick of seeing me every day. I was going in the morning and in the evening. They were starting to set everything up so I'd have all this covered as quickly as possible, and so the doctor could have all the information as quickly as possible. Now, since all this has been going on, I've had a lot of questions. I've had a lot of concerns. Thank you from everybody. And some suggestions were that maybe I should do some videos, let everybody kind of know what happens to you, when you get a diagnosis like this, what all the tests are, what all the emotions are, how I'm dealing with taking all the drugs and everything else. And some of you have known I've been kind of loopy with the drugs, and yes, they are pretty powerful drugs, but when you mess with your brain, they want to give you good drugs, because the last thing they want is any bleeding in your head or anything like that, because that can put you away real quick. Now, for having a bad news, I have got a lot of good news, which is that I'm young, which is a surprise. I'm almost 60 years old. They're telling me I'm young, but a lot of folks in my situation have decades on me, and they don't have as much of a fight in them or anything. So the doctor says, you do have things on your side. You're a young man. You don't have health problems. Knock on wood. This is my only health problem I've ever had. I have a great surgeon. He's no nonsense guy. I've come to find out that he's the same guy that operated on a guy I know from high school too, that had some in his brain. He said he's a good guy. He's got a good reputation. He's a no-nonsense guy. He's a straight shooter. He basically is the one that told me if I went home, I might not come back, because it was, at that point where I had to do something. Now, as far as people wishing me religion and Jesus and everything, it is appreciated. And I understand, and I say thank you to everybody just like anything else. You're wishing me well, you're wishing me well. Religious or not, that's all fine. However, to be clear, they haven't told me to go home and write my obituary yet. They're scheduling things for me out in advance. They're sending me bills, so they haven't wrote me off yet. All right. Nice. So.
Oh, but those bills, if you die, those bills still will be coming.
Oh yeah, they
just
sure
not
like
you
that.
paying them.
Yeah, well, they have a new thing now on with your phone apps and everything. They send you estimates. Would you like to pay the estimate? I said, do I have a bill with this? She says, there's no bill generated yet. I said, then you don't get no money. So,
yeah.
However, I do have insurance. It's picking up most of it. So there's no worries so far, at least on my end. It's not financial worries. They ask you a lot of questions like you have food in the house and you have transportation, you have help and all that. I do have 2 sons. I do have a wife. Work also has a leave program. If she needs to, she can take time off to help me out or whatever. Awesome. So all that kind of stuff, that's not a problem. As far as I am, my voice is a little messed up. My throat just cleared up from the operation, and they gave me a thing down my stomach to look around, and it messed my voice up again. So I just, I've been getting, double dipped on things. Okay. But otherwise, everything's good. I go to the bathroom like I'm supposed to. I know that's very important. People have had any medical issues will know this. The first question the doctors ask you is, you going to the bathroom? Okay. I'm going to the bathroom. Okay. I have an appetite. Sleeping. I have support. The doctors have been good. They answer all my questions. All that kind of stuff. I have the best of a bad situation. Okay. But I will be putting out, I guess, at least a few videos, kind of letting people know what's wrong with me, how I found out about it, what happened, what the doctors have been doing, and all that kind of stuff. Now, there's no cure for what I have, as a lot of people know, and anybody that's donated to cancers, there is no cure for cancer. However, there are a lot of treatments. There are a lot that come out all the time, and I'm hopeful that they can give me some treatments and keep me above ground. And again, I am old though. I mean, we are not immortal. Someone's going to take us out eventually. Yes. A lot of people, a friend of mine just had heart surgery this summer. He was in a really bad way. He said he walked into the emergency room. He didn't have any clothes on or nothing. He just piled in the car and his wife took him to the ER.
Doesn't matter. You can die at any time. You can get hit by a bus tomorrow if you're 3 or 35.
Dave, you're saying we're not immortal, but I am so far. So
well, I should correct myself. So far, we're all immortal because we're all here, and it's
there's a difference between preserved and immortal, Simos. You're preserved.
I've been dying to talk about lasers ever since you brought lasers up.
Yeah, the lasers, the technology that's all behind all this is amazing. They have all kind of new treatments for people. They're freezing cancer cells now. They're cooking cancer cells. They're microwaving them. You can get your cancer cells served
Are they tasty?
any way you want. Yeah, apparently, yeah. So many ways to prepare them now. The big one that was bothering me though is not in my body at the moment. It is in a lab somewhere. They took it out of my head. So just rest assured that big ugly is not in my head. It's if it comes back. So that's the concern. However, the other curiosity is, where is this thing hiding in my body and where did it come from? And it's also some I'll probably talk about in a video is that they can't always find things because these things hide in your body. I mean, they play hide and seek from the surgeons. They're telling me, I thought it was here and I thought it was there. And well, now I want to go look here. He don't know where it's at. You know what I mean? So it's a really weird thing.
That's the way intelligent design.
Yeah, it is. So, but all in all, I haven't had any effects except my voice is a little froggy. No ill effects. It doesn't hurt or anything. I just got a little scratchy throat. But I'm eating. In fact, I put on a couple pounds, And one other side effect is I've got some fluid retention. Some of you may see it in my neck here. I look a little cheeky today. I've got a little bit I got no knuckles on my hands, and I've got no ankles on my feet. So I've got a couple of extremities that are kind of fat. It's really annoying. It's like, well, it's annoying. I mean, you got fat feet. I mean, dang, what? On top of everything else, I got fat feet. So, but doing the good old treatment with some compression socks, elevate your feet, take care of yourself. And everybody said, next time I go to see my surgeon, he'll probably lower me way down on meds, and it should clear up. One of the big things, like I said, when they had my head open. I mean, I got to keep telling myself, dude, you had your brain cut open. All right, this is not a splinter, okay?
Yeah.
So, they put a lot of drugs into you to make sure your brain is okay. So, I understand that. I understand stitches on the back of my head this week, okay? They took them out. Everything looks good, healed up nicely. Thank you very much. But my hair is growing back. She said, your hair's already growing back. So they didn't kill my hair or anything with the cutting or anything. So everything looks good and healthy, but a big chunk of it was shaved off, and that was kind of sad. Took a long time to grow it, but they did what they could, and unfortunately, can't do anything about the hair that they cut. So right now, though, everything is on track. Next week, everything goes to the doctor. He is going to schedule me. He does all the planning, et cetera, et cetera. And it's going to be, like I said, for over a full week, they're going to zap Dave's brain. So we're going to see what happens. We hope for the best. I hope for the best. And again, to keep up on it, I plan on doing a few videos for everybody. Folks recommended it. And I thought, hey, you know what? I had some questions, and somebody else out there probably has some questions. I got a diagnosis this week too. So why not? That's part of what the internet's for, is to share information, share experiences. And if it helps somebody out, hey, I hope it helps somebody out. Okay. Anybody got any questions for me before we go?
Dave, not a question, but I wanted to tell you, I brought the idea of doing a stream of atheists doing jokes that can get us canceled for super chats to Craig McNeil over at FTFE. He's got a big channel with a few thousand followers.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Come on, it's joke time. So keep up, Austin.
He said he'd be down for it, and I think 2 or 3 other atheist tubers have said they are down to do it. So we just need to figure out a time and do it.
Cool. All right.
I'll start like a group chat or something.
I just wanted to say, Dave, to what you said there. I mean, science is amazing, right? Isn't it? Everybody, I think we can all agree, science is amazing. I was in a bar the other day, and I was speaking to a group of guys. They were all scientists, and the first one said to me, "I've reanimated a corpse," and I was like, "Oh." The second one said, "Oh, well, I've cloned Hitler's brain," and I went, "Oh, that's okay." The third one says, "I gave ChatGPT emotions." I said, "Now you've gone too far, mate. You're joking."
Speaking of emotionless, here at Saturday Night the Atheist, we like looking for the top tier videos, and I think we found somebody here that's put an incredible amount of research into this, because the first words out of your mouth are going to be where he's getting this data from, and I think you'll all be amused. This is the person that I don't like saying his name because I think he's such a high tier person. So this is where information is going to come from, and these seem to be a group of Catholics. I didn't look again. I was so busy this week, I didn't have a lot of time to investigate a lot of this stuff. Forgive me, I've been a little behind, but by the prayers they were saying of Mother Mary, full of grace type things. I take it that it's a Catholic organization. Not that it matters, just information for everybody. And they are, let's see, name of this video is Why Darwinism is Wrong and the Bible is Right.
Oh my Jesus.
So you can see right off the bat, no science, all Bible.
Dave, I'm
Go ahead.
excited and I can't wait. But I actually do have a question, and I want to talk about lasers a lot more than this, but I'm going to limit myself to this one question. Does anybody else on the panel know what laser means?
Oh shit! I've come across it a couple of days back.
Light
acronym.
amplification.
Light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Absolutely.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, carry on.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Brainless.
just say that
Dave,
when I have a date,
big-
that's what I use in my room. That always gets them going.
And remember,
Go ahead.
a diminished laser, very, you know what I mean.
Go ahead, Brainless.
one important thing, Dave, before you start, scroll your chat back a bit because Jester dropped you a super chat and Fred dropped you a super
Okay,
chat.
yeah, I've got. I don't have to. They are starred, but I appreciate it, and I will check the stars, and I will say hello to everybody, as well as again, thanks for joining us, Slim. It's good to see you here with us. I see you haven't been streaming a lot lately. Have you been on the road or something?
no, I just needed a break, and so I'm taking a break for a minute, and I'll be back hopefully soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was looking around, I said, Brainless, where's Slim at? And so we were just checking on you. And but hey, you're here, so it's all good. And thanks again for joining us. And thanks for everybody for in the chat as well joining us. I see a lot of friendly faces in the chat. Want to say hello to everybody really quick. We've got
a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to scroll back, and it keeps scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I'm like, man, I guess I'm more popular than I thought. All right.
So this group, this is some kind of men's group, men's Catholic group, and they do youth outreach. So they're trying to teach the
one
kids.
of the videos I watched, half the video, dude was munching on Doritos or something. It was really giving me the munchies, and I was like,
and they're less than 2 years old. They just formed this group, and it has something to do with Saint Philip Neri or something. I don't know, from the 15th, 16th century.
I meant to do some little research, and again, forgive me. Like I said, I was multiple doctor visits a week this week. I was just wiped out. So
Excuses.
So anyway, hello, Brainless. Hello, Eric. Hello, Fred. Hello, Tilting Windmill. Mike is here. Scott is here in the chats as well as on our panel. It's good to see you guys. Fred is here. Demon Orb, good to see you. Jess from How to Rule an Asteroid, wonderful to see you. Joe said if we came here, Dave would give us lollipop. Hey, I've got no problem. One of the things I've had is thirsty with the medicine. I got a whole bag of Dum-Dums. Help yourself. Right here on the desk.
Okay, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope with $10 for shipping. We will send you a lollipop right away.
We'll get you a lollipop. And Tilting Windmill, Red Geos, the mighty Filbert. Let's see. Red Geos. All right, so I think I said Red Geos. Dade Murphy is in here. Hello, Dade. How you doing? Chris is here.
There's Ed Marks.
Scrolling through really quickly. Forgive me, folks, if I miss you. Hello, everybody. Mike. Vic. Hey, Vic Lit. How you doing? Tsumami. Good to see you. Pleasure to have you. I heard you you took care of some business for us, Tsumami. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, I think I'm caught up pretty much.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing, I think, is the guy that Tsumami was dealing with is a Charlie Kirk type who's just going to selectively edit it to make her look bad and make him look good.
Yeah.
But I actually do have a question, Dave. It came to me as I was sitting here thinking. I don't know if you were talking earlier about how they did like a lot of additional antiseptics when they were doing the head opening.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because there's an elevated risk of meningitis with open brain surgeries?
Probably. I mean, they put everything in there. They antiseptic yourself. They won't let you wash the shit with soap or anything because they're so worried about fluid or anything getting in. They had drains in my head for a couple of days, making sure there wasn't any buildups or anything. Fortunately, though, everything's gone well. The guys that took out my sutures and my drains, and everybody's been happy about my progress. So even though I have a problem, I do have good progress. I do have good health. Until they messed me up the other day, even the bruises and everything were all healing on my arms. They're back now, but I'm healing, all that kind of stuff.
The bruises are from the doctors.
I was wondering because, as you know, I'm studying this subject, and the subjects of health and biology and whatnot. And I did study meningitis and meningococcal disease a little bit. And from what I understand, meningitis is a bacterial infection of the meninges, the sacs that hold the brain. So I'm wondering if that specifically is what they're concerned about, that bacteria can get into your meninges and give you meningitis, like airborne
Just to
bacteria.
be clear, they didn't have to go into my brain. Again, I've had all the best of a bad situation. It was on the back of my head. So it wasn't actually in my brain. It was someplace near the surface of my, and they were actually able to remove it without, I had a small piece of my skull cut open, but the whole back of my head is not. It's only on the one side where the thing was. So as bad as everything is, it's always, as far as the doctor's concerned, it's in a good spot. It's easy to operate on. It's, easy to treat, all those kind of things. So I'm optimistic that I won't, without having anything deep and without having anything affected, because again, this is all without any warning. I wasn't stumbling around. I wasn't forgetting things. There was no signs. It hit me like literally a wall of bricks, right? One day everything's fine. The next day I'm at the hospital and they're giving me bad news. It was literally, one of those things completely out of the blue. And so, I have to put my trust in the people that were lucky enough, because like I said, this is the kind of thing that could have been overlooked quite easily. I could have gone into an ER and they could have said, well, yeah, you've got a sore neck. Here, take a couple aspirin and go home. And none of you would have ever heard anything from me again. It's one of those things where it shows, life is very fragile. There's a lot of diseases, and a lot of these things are on a microscopic level. I mean, when you think about tumors, and there are unfortunate people that have things growing out of their bodies and out of their heads and, all kind of terrible things. I'm one of those people that don't show anything. And except for what I've been afraid to look at, to be honest, I haven't seen it, is the back of my head. I have the wife examine it and everything, the nurses and all them that were doing it. But myself, I really don't want to see it, because even though I have to tell myself, because I'm going to throw a sexist card out here. Please don't take this the wrong way. I'm a guy, right? And a couple days later, after the flu's over or whatever, you got shit to do, right? And I want to get back to it. And I have to remember, because when I said, hey, I got stuff to do, can I do stuff around the house? And doctor says, man, I don't want you hurting yourself. He says, now, I said, well, what about my kids doing stuff? And I supervise, no problem. Your head's healed up. It ain't going to get dirty. Yeah, you can go out, you can supervise, but don't you do a dang thing. So I'm supervisor. That's all I'm allowed to do. Surgeon is not till next month. So I've still got a couple weeks where I am not allowed to do anything, so much so I'm a dedicated DUI. I'm not allowed to drive because of the drugs that got me on. So my only restriction right now is I can't drive.
I knew a guy when I was working as a mover. He was still driving a truck and moving houses with stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, no, not a good idea.
He was insane. I'll give him that. But
one of the only things they told me was they didn't want me to drive until the doctor gives me an okay, because not only do they, had my head cut open, but
I just thought it
they
was
also give me a lot of drugs for the head, and they kind of mess with you, and very odd ways, and some people have noticed that some of my streams I've been a little odd on them. And please, number one, also before I forget, if I have offended anybody or said anything stupid, I do apologize. Please understand. Sometimes I'm way beyond toast. Okay, especially it seems like the first hour after I take this one pill, this horse pill, it sends me on a roller coaster. Okay, so middle of the day I'm a lot better. The drugs have mellowed out a lot. My dose has mellowed out, and he's going to lower my dose coming up. So hopefully I will get a lot closer to normal, because one thing I found out is prescription drugs mess you up in ways you never thought you could be messed up. I mean, being drunk or whatever, you think, I've been messed up. Prescription drugs are another animal. They are so deep in your brain, so deep in your psyche. They'll make you think weird things, dream weird things, crave weird things, say weird things. And most people have been understanding. They said, hey, Dave, you're acting a little bit high on there. Maybe chill out. I have done a few interviews with people. They've been very nice and understanding with me and stuff. So I appreciate it. And so again, though, I do apologize if I've said anything to offend you personally or anything. Please understand that that's not in my heart. I love you guys. I even love my enemies out there that have wished me well. And I'm not intentionally trying to be a jerk, okay? Maybe unintentionally, but not intentionally, okay?
Fuck you, Dave, you fucking cancer patient.
Yeah, and the kid gloves are not needed around Dave, okay? Dave does not like the kid gloves. I went, when you get bad news, you go through the time of bad news, right? Then I'm also a realist. I'm also an old guy. I'm also a lucky guy. I'm a healthy guy. And something's going to take us all out, right? You have to be a realist. You have to realize that you're old. You have to realize that not everything's good news of the doctor. But you also have to realize the doctors know a lot. The nurses know a lot. They have a lot of technology. It's a great time to be alive. Not too long ago, news that I got, they didn't do anything for you. Pretty much, they didn't do anything for you. Anytime the C word came up, until very recently, nobody did anything for these people. Okay, now you got people that are ringing the bell and walking out cancer wards. Now, does it mean they're cured? No, but it does mean though they've been treated, remission. They're healthy enough, and they go out and go dancing out for dinner or whatever, and enjoy another day they would have never had. So don't give up hope and live your life. It is
amazing. I was in a bar the other day, and it just happened to be, I sat down at a table, and there happened to be 3 geneticists sitting there. They're incredible people, aren't geneticists? They're incredible people, aren't they? Anyway, the first one says, right, now we're all here, let's cure diseases. And the second one says, let's make superhumans. And the third one says, let's give potatoes anxiety. I didn't say
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. But geneticists, they're amazing, aren't they? Speaking of geneticists, they tell us a lot about biology, don't they, and about evolution.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's my cut.
Endogenous retroviruses, second chromosomal fusion, genetic similarity that matches.
And there is so much stuff. When you hear Austin talking, when you hear Mike talking, when you hear all these gentlemen talking about all these things,
Simos,
it's
Dave.
Nothing. Simos, that guy, Simos guy too, yeah. It's nothing.
Yeah, Simos just sounds smart.
There are so many diseases and things that go wrong with our systems. It's amazing that things work right when they do it. It truly is. As much as and Austin knows, as much as you read and take a test and everything else on stuff, there's all these other books with all these other things. You're never even going to mention all these names of all these things. And you find out, well, only a few hundred people have this, or a few hundred people have that. But it's got to be really rough being one of these few hundred people, being told you have something that only a few hundred people have, because there are so many things out there that can mess you up. But enough of that. as far as I just giving a little update. A lot of people ask me questions. But
Yeah.
as far as for everybody,
I know that we're talking
the
about
short
it a
story
lot,
is,
but
yeah,
it is fascinating.
yeah, I will be doing some videos on it, and I encourage people too that maybe want to have questions or their own stories or whatever. We'll do little videos. We'll be sappy and we'll talk about that. But for Saturday Night the Atheist, we're not going to do that anymore. We have tonight, as we like to often mention, top tier video for y'all about guys who, have it all figured out. Watching the Hawaiian shirt guy of all people, because he's got the 7 real ways of evolution.
Fuck.
Here it comes. So strap in, boys.
And if you don't want to mention his name, you can always say inmate number 06452-017.
Now, I did want to mention that.
Wait.
Oh shit! Did Ken die too?
No, this came across yesterday.
Vody died. Yeah.
Vody died. Vody is a awful person. Well, he was an awful person, and I'm not going to say otherwise.
The
He
gentleman
said awful
on
things about
the
awful
asshole
people.
on the right. He's the one on the right.
The black
Obviously.
feller, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
He's
he
in,
went straight to hell.
Yeah, he's in Africa, where his church was, somewhere over there. I don't know what country, but he was a buddy of Ham. Now, the reason I bring it up is twofold. For number one, I've done a video on Vody before. He's a creationist idiot. Not to speak ill of the dead thing or whatever, but he's dead. Okay, so anyway, some people made comments back to me about, didn't you have a near scare with the Reaper this week? And I'm like, yeah, but it seems Vody beat me there. So I can still make a comment on it, right? I do not think Vody is a good person. All these things they've been saying about him is very similar to things they've been saying about other people, that they say all these wonderful things about these people that passed away just because they said Jesus come out of their mouth or something. And he wasn't. He was a terrible person, all right?
I think most of us who are old enough to have had somebody we care about die know that we've had funerals for people that we didn't really care about too, and they say the same thing at both funerals.
That's
you go
true.
to a funeral for a good person, they say, "Oh, he was a father or brother. He was so amazing. We all loved him." You go to a funeral for the biggest asshole you've ever met. "Oh, he was a father. He was a brother. He was a good person. We all loved him." They say.
Let me say hey to Rochelle and let's see, Ambushed Apostate is here. Let's see. People are dropping in. I want to say hi to everybody. Urban Angst is here. Let's see who else. I saw a bunch of names dropping. Oh, Ed is here. Good to see Ed. Occult Examiner. Saw Jevim on earlier. I think that's Jevim.
We've got a fantastic audience tonight.
Yes, we did. Everybody stopping in. We have Deviant Outcast. Hello, Deviant. Good to see you. We have, let's see, Ryan Murphy stopping in. We have lots of people. Y'all are putting me way behind here. That's okay. Though. I love y'all. I do.
I was going to say, Dave,
appreciate it.
Also, if you don't want to call him by his name, you can also call him Kindergarten Dropout. He gave me permission to do that. So, Smokey Saint that says, "Hey, Dave, good for you to go belly up, like we would say about Vody. If I go belly up, there's nothing. I am going to go belly up. We're all going to go belly up. Okay." I've had, trust me, I had my moments with the Reaper. Okay. I had my tears flowed out of my face. People get bad news. You get bad news. Okay. I'm also a man. I'm also a realist. And I know I'm not going to live forever. And I'm very appreciative for the life I had. So if the Reaper takes my life tomorrow, he's still got jeeped because my life's been good. So if he's taking great joy about robbing me of a few days, well, so be it, you know. But Smokey,
Hey, man, I do appreciate the kind words you said about me the other day. We don't agree, but it's always nice to see some humanity flowing around. Then Tsunami,
Funny.
Josie, who else is it? Dane is here. How you doing? Let's see. Farm, how you doing? Objective, Jasper. Let's see. Hill Hugger from across a long ways. Good day, all. Good day, Hill Hugger. Good to see you. And James Apperson, I see you were just checking out EV Mugs or something. Hope that worked out for you. And let's see. We're catching up with everybody. Jester. Okay, now we also have some stars. So let me get up here. I want to make sure I take you. Hello, Nerdy. Good to see you. Dave, you offended me the second you did not pinch my nipples. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Sydney's here. Dr. Mordecai, hello. Good to see you. Dave has an excuse. That's right. I have an excuse, man. So everybody that said, must be something wrong with the dude's head or something. You were right. There's something wrong with the head. Okay. That's all caught up. Good to see everybody. Thanks to everybody for stopping by. And I wanted to click on the star chats. We've got $2 from Jester that says, a translator. Daily Rave will be in Dave's brain. That's right. And it's all paid for prescriptions and everything. I don't have to call him a dude or nothing, you know. And we've got Fred Harvey from across the pond as well. I think that's 10 Australians. You mean medical science learns and improves over time and hard work? Shocking. Oh, it's incredible. The thing, literally, he said every 2 weeks my stuff gets updated with new stuff they're finding out, and with all the AI and everything else that's going into it. Yeah, and incredible stuff.
I like science. Evolution isn't science. You want to teach your non-science.
Oh, we're going to hear that in a minute.
My kids with your text dollars.
Don't worry, we're going to hear that in a minute. And Ryan Murphy's been hanging around with us for 3 months. Thank you, Ryan Murphy. Appreciate it very much. And we got Dade Murphy dropping in a super chat for $2. Says, excuse me. And good to see you, Dade. Great meeting you and Dade. A lot of days I need a good pick-me-up, especially recently. And I know where to go. I click on Dade Murphy Shorts in the morning, and I get me a pick-me-up there. So appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah, and Dave, like what like the thing like that was just mentioned with like for both types of people at their funeral, they're saying the same things, but like Charlie Kirk may have been an asshole, but that does not mean he was not a loving father and a loving husband.
Yeah, and it's always tough for other people and stuff, you know.
Yeah. So
now the thing with
and you know what's also quite scary actually what they're doing, because I came across this. There's churches using AI to create messages from Charlie from beyond the grave.
No,
Brainless. We don't know he was a good father and a husband.
No,
we can
I'm not.
assume
But
that,
I'm also,
honestly.
but I'm also,
Don't even do that. He was a horrible person. What happened to him?
He was a horrible person. No, but like,
so you can't. Let's not even whitewash anything about his life.
Let's talk about Vody, because we've got another piece of crap here. We've got and hello Dan.
Yeah, let's do that.
Dane, what's Dane saying? Dane's messing with me here. Quasar, hey Dave from Dave. All right, the Daves are here, man. Dade Murphy, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Dade Murphy. Have you ever tested whether you float better now? That's a good question. I've had my head opened up, right? Maybe there's a bubble in there or something. And let's see. Okay, Hitler was doing dotting. Yeah, Hitler was a good father too. So what? Reason I'm being a loving father and husband and doesn't absolve him from being an asshole. That's right.
Oh no, definitely not. But like
Okay, so
to them, he was different than that we see him.
Well, the way
could
that
be.
people are talking, that's the thing too. I mean, he's talking about Vody about he's walking on water or something. This guy was a terrible person. He was terrible to other people, right?
Yeah.
Now, and the other thing that bothers me is Ken Ham is all about how happy Jesus is. I mean, this thumbnail does not look very happy. I had to snap this thumbnail and look at this face. I mean, he looks like, they use one of the cartoon filters or something. And then as this thing starts, I'm not going to run the whole thing, but just look at him when he starts talking.
Well, I have to ask a question. What is God doing?
Now, does this man look like he's ready to burst into tears or what?
What
He's
Ken Ham
questioning,
always
he's
kind of-
questioning God, and he's all sad and everything. And it's like, isn't this
God
supposed to be a
doing?
grand event when somebody dies and you're a Christian and you leave the body and you become the eternal soul and you go to heaven and you meet all the saints and God himself and Jesus and
I know.
But look how sad this is Ken Ham. Okay, I've never seen him this sad. He is legitimately, of course, somebody's knocking on Ken's back door too, and I've got the door. I'm feeling you, Ken. Not picking on you at all, but he's got to know that he's in the queue too. I mean, he's he's old. He's got great grandkids. I mean, there's a time for all of us, right?
He's not only in the queue; he's in the queue with a total implosion on trying to find.
Well,
a
he planned
successor.
on retired. Yeah, he planned on retired like last year and stuff, and that all blew up in his face. So I just noticed watching this.
What do I mean by that? Well, another great one. Another of the Lord's fantastic.
He's questioning God.
Lord's liars.
He does not seem as confident in God's plan in this video as he normally does, and I think it may have to do with the age. Now, I don't want to pick on Ken. Vody was his friend or whatever, and whatever it is, and of course the man did have kids and wife and everything, and I don't want to badmouth the guy. Really, I don't. But I also want to make it clear that I'm not going to good mouth the guy just because he died, because he wasn't a good person and he harmed a lot of people. And his passing is young. I guess the guy's younger than I am. He was born after I was. He's about the age of my brothers. Okay.
He was 56. So
yeah, he's about the age of my
young.
brother. So he's younger than I am, and he's gone already. So
He's just a
the
puppy.
comments I got about you shouldn't talk ill about the dead. You could be next, and I was like, I very well could be, but you know what? He went first, so it's a good day for me, right?
We're all gonna die, but not today,
I've
motherfucker.
pulled no punches. I've made a video about Vody. I've said things about Vody. I've brought him up in discussions. He is not a nice person. He's a racist. He's a sexist. He's all the worst things that anybody could be. So good riddance. The world is better off without him. But I did want to mention that for Ken being such a devout Christian and everything, it really seems to bother him, and he seems to be questioning God's decision on taking such a good man, as he says, as Vody before his time was up, before he had, because he was supposed to be in Ken's conference next year too. So really messed up Ken's plans there, God. I mean, he had him scheduled and everything, So maybe check with Ken next time, So before we got to that, I did want to mention that. So now let's we'll say goodbye to Ken.
It is nice being an atheist and not having to rationalize everything bad happening as God actually hates you and thinks you're a dick.
Yeah, I know. It's really okay. So tonight's video, let's say I'm probably not gonna be able to hit it good. Yeah. Oh, maybe I was right at the end. Okay.
Bang on there.
This guy's name was Vody. He went belly up this week. He's gone. I
I feel sorry for his. I feel sorry for his private jet.
Yeah.
They've all got one, you know.
So
No,
let's get to our
Simos,
feature.
You're wrong there. You're wrong
Took me
there.
a second to
So-
get that one.
They all have multiple.
Yeah. So
That's probably.
this guy was a racist. Oh yeah, he was. He was just awful. He was every kind of ist and ism or whatever you can apply it to this guy. He was all of them. He kept his daughters in the house, you know, tied to a radiator till a man suitor came for him, and all that crazy stuff. He is bottom of the barrel, and
kept them pure.
Good riddance, Bodie. So now, Bodie. Tonight we are talking about this. Also, this is a men's group, apparently, as Mike said, that formed, and they are big fans of Hawaiian Shirt Guy, and everybody that knows me knows I am such a big fan of Hawaiian Shirt Guy that I usually don't call him by name. I call him Hawaiian Shirt Guy. So this ought to be a good start for this video.
Yeah. Anybody who's a fan of Kindergarten Dropout, it's like, good Lord. What are you doing with your life?
I might have a couple seconds here. Hang on. There it is.
Part 1A. There's a Part 1B, a Part 1C, and
All right, now his part ones and everything aside and everything, I know Mike can hardly contain himself with the camera.
Fantastic, Mike.
With the camera angle here.
The camera angle is incredible here. The production values.
First time I read this, I thought Darwin is wrong. The dribble is right.
The dribble, yeah.
And I thought, actually, I read it right first time when I reread it.
So these guys, just a word of advice, because we do like to give advice here Saturday Night the Atheist. This is not a personal situation. It never, well, sometimes it is with Ken Ham and Bodie, but normally it's not a personal situation. You know, come on, dude, fix your camera angle. And on the other video I watched, which we aren't going to cover tonight, there was a dude sitting right there by the camera or by the microphone, whatever pickup they were using, and he was eating chips almost the whole time.
Oh God!
While I was watching the video, and you're hearing crumble and pick and crunch, and it's like, you know, and then they broadcast these things, you know, and it's like, I'm sorry, but it's really lazy. It's really weak. Don't do that. You know, don't do that. All right. So anyway, these guys apparently are fans of Hawaiian Shirt Guy.
Who would be eating close to a mic crackling? You know, who would be doing that?
I don't know, but you better stop crinkling.
We're gonna
the other thing is how do they not have somebody who's listening to the live when it's happening? Like literally, you should have somebody.
My theory is that all of this content is made in a basement somewhere, and everyone is locked in there, and they're not allowed to go out until they make the content. So it's all very half-hearted. You know, that literally it's
some of the other ones are somebody said, hey, your camera's in a crappy spot or something. They move the camera, but starting out here, Mike's like, I can only see his feet, and I was like, well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
This is for sure is the video, so we're going to use. So I made my decision right then and there that this was going to be the video.
You know, if you see anything stirring when he's getting serious about Darwin being wrong.
The problem is, guys, to do with the camera setting. The problem is in the 18th century they didn't have very high ceilings, so you couldn't point the camera up anymore.
Good point.
This looks like that they attached it to a dog's head, and we're watching a POV from a dog's angle. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that could be too. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Let's see.
Part 2, which we might not get to. Part 1A then, if you want to go to the first slide, please.
Who the fuck is this anyway?
Why is it not?
Do we know the guy's name?
It's some kind of a Catholic men's organization. I didn't get to do a lot of looking into it. I was very busy this week. Forgive me. I wanted to. Mike says though it's a newly formed Catholic men's organization.
Yeah. I've got a great name for them if they haven't picked one out already. The Seamen. C for Catholic. It's
I
brilliant.
hope,
Hey,
I hope we
of
don't
course.
have to look at this guy's ass the whole time. I mean, Jesus Christ.
And like you know that they are well sciencey and technology, right? Like look at
Oh, yeah.
what modern technology they're using to show their presentation. Oh, and this is my autism, but like, why the fuck is their projector not level?
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Like,
that annoys the crap
if
out of
I
me
would be
too.
sitting somewhere and they'd be showing me
Nothing-
this,
Nothing.
I would
nothing,
fucking mention it.
Now
Nothing
that
was.
you
Nothing.
pointed it out to
Nothing.
me, it's all
Nothing.
I can see.
Nothing was level in
Sorry.
the 19th century, by the way.
Good to see Objective Ethics. Thanks for stopping by. Spend some time with your wife.
They didn't
Absolutely,
have
you
the
should spend some
technology.
time with your wife.
Is that because of the Great Flood?
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry, I'll stop.
And we've got
It's because the Earth's not a sphere. It's because the
we've
Earth
got
is
Jester
flat.
saying it's okay. Most jets can find a new, you know what?
I find it really. I find it. I
Oh.
find it. At least they've gone the extra mile to do this in Darwin's own living room.
Yeah, no, I said it wrong. Not the Great Flood, the Mud Flood. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. The Mud.
fuck.
Well, that's a great flood to some of them.
Or the blood flood.
Bloody flood.
What flood?
Yeah,
I
yes,
better
yeah,
not
but-
be about to
but-
watch
Hit that button. Hit that
but
button.
the camera's framed appropriately for it.
Oh, there we are.
Oh my God, I can't read any of
This
that.
is where we begin, and this I unashamedly have pinched from
The
lots and lots of
five
different presentations given by Kent Hogan.
Types.
There
the
it
6
is.
types of evolution. Oh, God.
Unashamedly.
Oh,
He
God.
unashamedly said he pinched this from the great,
Oh,
the almighty Kent Hovind, who has it all figured out, and it was slammed people worldwide, scientists over and over again for their lack of any understanding of science that Kent Hovind has all figured out, and I'm in awe. I'm in such awe. I really.
And this is so clear that like what they mean with this, because like there you got the cosmic evolution, you got the macro evolution, and you got the evolution.
Well, and he's going to say something about, and micro shouldn't even be on the list because it doesn't exist. When even creationists accept microevolution, so I mean this group is way out there.
Yeah.
Well, they always want to claim that is for the kinds. They want to say the micro or macro.
So I highly,
hang on. You
Sorry.
said this was a Catholic presentation.
Oh.
And the Catholics accept evolution. At least
Yes.
the Pope does. So,
yes,
Yeah.
but they're not a monolith. So there are
And-
Catholics that are.
And Kent doesn't
more
accept the
conservative.
Catholics either. Kent doesn't accept the Catholics either. So
You're not
he's
a
got-
Catholic. Yeah, you're not a Catholic unless you listen to what the Pope says. So
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Catholics largely accept evolution, both because the Pope and because like a buttload of the Church Fathers accept it. Augustine, Aquinas, Clemens, Didymus, Irenaeus, Justin Martyr, Garsonides, Maimonides, Boethius, all those guys.
Isn't there a saint of evolution? No, I'm just kidding.
No, there
I know,
isn't.
I know.
There should be.
what? Another one besides
you're right.
Darwin? You mean?
And you know what's probably you might find interesting is most of those guys clearly predated Darwin. That's because they debated species fixity versus species changing even before Darwin existed. It's not like Darwin came up with the idea that species weren't immutable and totally fixed. He just found the data that fits that model way better than
And you know what?
any other model.
And Austin, you let me slide on the message there, Austin. So I'm gonna hold that against. Go ahead.
In modern speak, Austin, he monetized it. Darwin was just the person that monetized it.
Yeah.
And there's only one person around here that has this excuse tonight, and that's me.
You on drugs?
Yeah.
So these other things of forgetting people in my chats and stuff, forgive me, and just to take care of that, we're gonna hook up with somebody. We're gonna let's see, one at random here. We're gonna hit.
We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
And that was for the super chat. Thank you very much. I forget. I think it was Jester. Again, I'm a little bit out of it. I totally blew it. I didn't hit the thing. Thank you very much for the super chat there, Jester. And thanks for the other starred chats too. We had a membership, another super chat, another super chat, another super chat. Well, man, we got a whole bunch of super chat. Man, I missed them all. Man, what a bonehead. Let me see what else we got here. We're gonna drop some of these for these people with these. Okay.
I had avocado toast for breakfast.
I had a club sandwich before I came on. It was quite delicious. My wife made fresh bacon for it and everything. Had different cheeses and everything on it.
But did you toast the bread?
Oh yeah, I put it in my toaster.
Good.
And we've got Jasper too. Jasper gifting a captive desk membership. Thank you very much. And you know what that means? I ain't gonna forget this time.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on till the skies, till the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
And it looks like Jasper hit Robbie. So next time you see Math Pig streaking through the chat, he'll be with a gift membership. Thank you very much, Jasper.
Yeah, I highly doubt there is anyone in the audience who doesn't know this, but only 2 of the things on this list have fucking anything to do with actual evolution.
Well, it's from Hawaiian Shirt Guy. What did you want, Austin?
At least if
you're asking for too much, man. Come on.
At least if you define evolution the way scientists define evolution. Of course, if you use evolution in a colloquial sense, there's endless forms of evolution. There's volcanic evolution. There's linguistic evolution.
Yeah.
There's fucking poppy floppy evolution.
We're talking about they're getting their information
that haven't even been fucking named yet.
They're getting their information from Hawaiian Shirt Guy.
Goes, it's just micro and macro. Everything else is like under the purview of different scientific
You're not
theories.
gonna get much.
Yeah.
There's the evolution of my alcoholism, for instance.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have Mike's alcohol
evolution. As a musician, I just want to give a shout out to Lucian Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, let's farm. Oh, and apple butter. Oh, that sounds good. Apple butter toast. My wife did.
Food evolves too.
I did try some sourdough toast, but the thing I found with sourdough toast, it takes like an hour to toast it, and I wasn't really a fan. But you know, hey, if you like sourdough toast, knock yourself out. Enjoy your sourdough toast. I like the plain white toast. Hey, Spooky, how you doing, Spooky? But not everybody does, and there's so many kinds of toast, including all the muffins and everything. And my toaster has the expanding arms on the springs, so you can put the big toast, the skinny toast, the muffins, whatever you want in there, and it all works great. I have the timers on. I got a computer. I got a fancy, crazy toaster. I don't even know how to push all the buttons it has on it. Makes good. When you find the right mix of buttons, though, it makes a good piece of toast. So I will give it that.
I don't know him, it's worth watching him, particularly between the years of about 2000, 2001 and 2006. He used to go all over the United States to universities debating.
Oh, see, those were the most important dates in our time. Was those 5 or 6 years that Kent Hovind went to university campuses and just shut down those evil scientists. I mean, what a time to be alive, folks. What? But then he went to. Oh, that's right. He went to jail, didn't he?
Yes.
Because he's a con. Yeah. So
and Dave,
right.
just like did he go to the universities and shut down the scientists or the young students?
Yeah, he made a name for himself, sold a bunch of them stupid DVDs is what he did.
I don't think
he's such a superhero because he debated people on college campuses and stuff. And, he does the same thing that he does today. He says a bunch of ridiculous things. Yeah, half the time they don't have a good response for it because what do you say something that's so ridiculous, right? I mean, he throws ridiculous things at you.
Yeah.
And, well, you don't have anything to say? And it's like, well, no, it's so stupid. I'm still trying to absorb what it means.
I have 2 points in response to what you're saying here, Dave. One, there's 2 different ways you can win a debate. One way is to be super prepared and to just pore over the data and memorize tons of statistics and, really know the subject really well. And one of the other ways is to just say things that are so incomprehensibly idiotic that it would take explaining 4 different college level introductory courses to different subjects to explain how wrong you are. I believe they sometimes refer to this. They sometimes refer to exactly. They refer to this as the Gish Gallop. And the second point is that no matter how many debates creationists win, they've never even taken the one debate that matters, let alone won it. And that debate is evolution a quantifiable, falsifiable, possible solution to unanswered questions about natural history and the universe and unsolved problems in our attempts to study and better understand it and use what we learn to improve human existence? Because the answer is yes. And the answer is not only yes, it's yes, and it's supported by literally all of the verifiable data. We have zero verifiable data that the theory is not supported by. And that's real. That's a real headache for creationists. So they don't take that debate. They take debates like, show me the evidence for evolution. Show me this, show me that.
Is the sky blue?
Yeah.
Hey, we are DNA. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And Mighty Filbert, did I say hi to you? If not, hello, Mighty Filbert. Good to see you. And Ed over at the Rabid Atheist. Ed's got I think a second part to his series or something this week. He got a shout out from, I'm not going to give it away. You go check out Ed's channel, but he got a shout out from somebody that's a little bit bigger in the community. Good job, Ed. And hello, Jester. Nuke Dukem in your mouth. I like that one.
I was just gonna finish up by saying the reason I think they don't take that debate is because they know that in order to win it, they have to actually have a rock solid case, and in order to do that, they have to have actual data that doesn't support evolution, and they've never found that. And in order to find that, that means they're going to have to do tens, if not hundreds of thousands of hours of lab work. Even if it's possible to find, they're going to have to do that. And they're not going to do that because I think most of them know it isn't actually possible to find data that doesn't support evolution, because all the data does support evolution because evolution is true. Like Dave said earlier, even they, for the most part, accept speciation, which means just accepting evolution, but then they try to deny the rest of the model while just accept it's very
a word game. Yeah, it's just a silly word game is all it is. And when you dissect it, even I haven't actually done it with Hawaiian Shirt Guy. Ham's more my nemesis, but if you take a list of all the things that Ken Ham says that he accepts, they almost exactly line up with all the mechanisms for evolution. Yes. He just says they're not evolution.
You can 100% do that with Hovind, the kindergarten dropout too. Mm-hmm. I think Potholer did that with him.
Did he do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Another great channel.
And also like Ken is not always prepared for what's been discussed in debates. Conspiracy Cats got him down, and there's a little song made out of that.
Brainless has got a link in the chat if anybody wants to go listen to a song about our favorite Hovind. And Fabio's in the chat too. Says, what Austin just said about asking an absurd question and expect a simple answer is described by Brandolini's law.
Yeah, Brandolini's law, also known as the bullshit asymmetry principle, which basically says that it takes whole orders of magnitude more effort, time, energy, awareness, knowledge, tact, articulation to unravel bullshit as it does to produce bullshit. Like I can say Mount Rushmore's made of cheese. Refute me, you guys.
Hello, Marty. How you doing?
Hey, Marty. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get into this camera. How far did it take him to fix his camera, Mike? Did you look in that far in the video, or
what's that?
Did you look and see when he fixes the camera? I don't remember.
I don't know if he ever. No, I didn't look that far. I don't think he ever fixes it. I don't know.
You don't fix it? I don't know. I watched a couple of videos of theirs, so I'm
We're
not sure.
about to get a lesson on evolution from this guy's crotch.
Jeez. Something I don't need to hear.
The professors of geology, anthropology, biology, and running rings around them. And the most interesting thing about those debates is not just the amazing stuff he comes out with, but really
yeah, the amazing. I mean, that is one way to describe it.
Oh my God!
Another way would be
word I would have ever thought to describe
better role models.
Every time I hear him talk gushing all over a Hawaiian shirt guy, I can just, I can't contain it. It just wants to come out. It's like, you have to be kidding me. This clown is who you hold in such high esteem. And
does this English guy have to be to think of Kent Hovind as amazing?
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing, Scott.
They're deep in the cult of, that he is being silenced by the government type nonsense,
Are English public schools suffering as badly as American ones?
Apparently.
Oh my God, I hope that is not true.
It is one of the places where the Catholic Church is the worst, though.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I have actually heard that from Dr. Steve Bowen. He's an English fellow who's an anti-creationist guy. He's really intelligent. He's an actual fucking biologist. He's a real smart guy. I bet I should probably put Steve on to these guys.
Opponents are, even though they have fancy titles, they really don't have any answers at all. They don't have any arguments, and they're very, very poor public speakers as well.
So they don't have any answers. They're poor public speakers.
No answers.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He's a real fan of the scientists too, isn't he? Yeah.
Jesus.
He says that a number of times.
Well, with my health issues.
Erica, got sick Gibbon. And
I was just thinking the same thing, Scott. Erica, Aaron Ra.
And with me, with my health issues, telling the nurse and the doctor, I think you have the milligrams wrong, and you have this wrong and that. Nothing wrong with checking on them. Make sure the milligrams is wrote down, and oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to be getting every so many hours. It's verified. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're questioning about what they're giving you, I don't question what the doctors are giving me, just that they're giving it to me correctly, right? So these people they'll question everything, and they'll say, I'm not taking this, I'm not taking that. And then what do you have the doctor for? There comes a point where you have to have some confidence in their training.
They're not questioning. They're not questioning. They're not questioning anything. If they were questioning it, like if they would get an answer, they would accept it. They're just contrarians. Like they say this, so I say that.
Not strictly true, Brainless. Not strictly.
There's a difference between questioning and denial.
Not strictly true, Brainless. They are questioning how fancy a title the person has.
Yeah. They have a lot of letters by their name. Must be suspect.
Very fancy.
This is
how much work do they put in to get them letters by their name? I mean, I'd be proudly putting them on my sleeve too. I mean, you put a lot of hours in to get those letters. You deserve to be some acknowledgement for having those letters. I mean, years of your life, you put away just to earn some letters, so-called to your name. Give the people a little credit for doing it, right?
When I get my biology diploma, I'm going to get a necklace built and carry it, wear it around.
Lighted one. Spin around and everything.
You get it built? Like what you're going to have it made of bricks or something? Lego bricks.
Most of
Ooh,
these
Lego bricks. That would be
presentations
cool.
he begins in this way, and I think for a very good reason. Because
No, what
a
this
lot
guy
of
is talking about is like the lowest tier of Aristotelian rhetoric.
He's citing Hovind. What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
come
I know,
on,
but I
Austin.
can't help but chew into it a little bit because it's bad. So
I know.
the idea is you should be convinced by a couple of things. You should be convinced if you're in the mood to be convinced. You should be convinced if you think the speaker is trustworthy. You should be convinced if the speaker gives you an emotional reason to change. But what you should really be most convinced by is if the speaker can give you logical reasons. He can give you evidence, he can give you data, facts, statistics, things you can verify and repeat yourself. That should be what's most convincing, not how eloquent a speaker is. Like, why is he even talking about that? Because he needs to boost Hovind up and make Hovind look better. So Hovind seems like he has a better ethos. When
until I commented on this video, it had one comment on it 7 months ago.
Oh yeah,
it's been out 2 years and it has 300 views.
Oof.
And the channel only has 281 subscribers.
Oh man, that's still more than me though. Come on. Everybody
not to diss on you or anything, but you're right. The view doesn't seem to get any. All he does is bring his bar and
it's disappointing that the guy who put the video up doesn't even go back very often to check to see if there are any more views.
Yeah, no, care less.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's how much we care, though, because if he doesn't care about watching it, I do, because I cared enough to watch it. I had a good laugh, and I shed a few tears, and the drugs really gave me a headache, and then I came back around. I shouldn't say that because they keep worrying about me having a headache. I don't have a headache. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
That's the evolution for you, right? Mike?
Well, what a lot of people were asking me is about trouble in my head. You don't feel stuff in your head. That's the other weird thing. Yeah. If I was having heart problems, kidney problems, stomach problems, I would feel it. You don't feel anything in your head. So there is an amount of, well, there's nothing wrong with me until I feel the back of my head because, or remembering what I've been through, because your head really doesn't bother you unless you have, complications or something.
Yeah, there's different kinds of neurons, and the kind of neurons that feel pain are motor neurons, I believe. And your brain technically doesn't have any of those.
No.
Which is why it's weird that we get headaches and brain freeze and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah. So, but anyway, back to Hovind.
You can tell that by the way people drive.
Tell me about it.
They've got no motor neurons in their head.
The teaching of what we think of as evolution is a sleight of hand. So here's what you're being expected to believe in. Unless you're a backwards, right-wing fundamentalist, inbred, Southern Baptist creationist, this is what you believe in. Cosmic.
Now, see, why is he so proud about being an inbred backwards?
I used to be one of those everything except for inbred, but I used to be one of those.
Are you sure? Have you checked?
I freaking hope not, because my mom and dad were both named Marty. My dad's name was Martin, and my mom's name was Martha. So if their parents were that uncreative, I think I would have really just hit the worst genetic lottery possible to be their sibling, illegitimate, incest love child. But no, I'm pretty sure they weren't related.
The irony here is that he's calling people inbred, and yet he doesn't believe in evolution. I mean, just to point that out.
That's a good point.
Evolution, chemical evolution, stellar evolution, organic evolution, macro evolution, and micro evolution, which I put quotation marks around it because it really has nothing to do with evolution.
The one things that are evolution have nothing to do with evolution. I mean, this is top tier, folks. You will find this only at Saturday Night Atheist. I mean, come on. Who else could make a video using the words evolution and saying they don't mean evolution? I mean, game over. The game, I don't know what else to say anymore. I'm going to go over to Missing Mods channel and Nothing against Stephanie. I love Stephanie, but she's all about, believe on the evolution
you just
stuff.
nailed it, Dave. That is another person that could say the same sort of thing.
So yeah, and
I looked it up because I wanted.
She
to
was
make
right.
sure
I was
that
wrong. I'm, it must be the thing in my brain. The wife made a joke that they didn't take something out of my brain. They put something in.
They added something.
I looked it up because I wanted to make sure I wasn't saying inaccurate things on your stream, and it turns out I was half right and half wrong, and the truth is even stranger. It's not that there's only two types of neurons, obviously. There are motor neurons. Motor neurons are efferent neurons. They transmit signals away from the central nervous system to the muscles and glands, allowing us to move or react. For example, when you touch a hot stove, a sensory neuron sends the pain signal in, and a motor neuron sends the command signal out to contract the muscle and pull your hand away. What is different is the pain sensing neurons. They're a type of sensory neuron. Specifically, the sensory receptors that detect and transmit signals about potentially damaging stimuli, which we perceive as pain, are called nociceptors. And they're afferent neurons, meaning they carry signals towards the central nervous system. And then there's the third major type involved called interneurons, which connect sensory and motor neurons within the central nervous system. The reason we get headaches and why it's weird and interesting that we don't get headaches, or that we get headaches, is that the brain doesn't have the pain receptor neurons. It doesn't have nociceptors. So neurosurgeons can operate on the brain without patients feeling pain from the incisions on the brain or the tissue. However,
sometimes they keep them awake just so they can ask them questions and stuff while their heads cut open. It's pretty amazing.
So headache pain actually comes from the meninges, the layer of tissue covering the brain and spinal cord, blood vessels, and muscles of the head and neck. It comes from the parts of the head that do have sensory nerves. And the closest being the meninges, that thing we were talking about earlier, the layers of tissue covering your brain that can get infected when you get meningococcal disease or meningitis, and it's like a really serious disease. I thought that was super interesting.
Somebody was asking about all the drugs I was on, if they weren't very worried about these things. I think, was it you, Austin? And as you were mentioning it, it brings back to mind, every time we're talking about something, how many books full of things that we have never heard of, or that could be related, but we have never heard of, actually exist, that people are dealing with every day. It is truly amazing. And something else, the religious people have been coming at me lately because they found out I had a near miss with the Reaper, right? And as people know me, I've lost my mother and my brother and my father within a couple of years. Right? My whole family was gone. I'm all too aware that I'm next, so to speak, in the queue. All right. As far as my family goes, for all, funny words aside, there was 4 of us, right? My parents and my brother and I, and those 3 are gone. So that's a true number. Okay. I know it all too well. Don't think because I'm a clown or a high on that I don't take these things seriously. If anybody is taking these things seriously, I wish all the best for you. I really do. But
okay, anyway,
there's also a thing for laughing. And while we're laughing about people, I've had a lot of people bringing up the stupid magic zoo boat today to me to prove somehow that the Bible is true. So go ahead, get it out, whatever you got to say, and we are going to play the magic zoo boat because it's going right back at people.
I just wanted to say, if when we carry on with this video, there's a special prize for anybody that can see this guy's meninges.
Okay. We are going to play the magic zoo boat because, in my opinion, if your religion has a magic zoo boat, I'm not worried about its afterlife or its wrath or its devil or anything else, because I'm going to be laughing myself silly singing the magic zoo boat as they haul me down the final hallway.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a righteous float that started out in ancient times upon a magic zoo boat. The rain began to pour like mad. God's judgment didn't stall. If not for Noah's floating crate, there'd be no life at all. No life at all. No life at all if Noah and his ancient beer, his wife just rolled her eyes. They boarded Raptors, Stegosaurus too, all trained to sit and stay. 2 T-Rexes in bunk bed stalls, what could go wrong, we say? 3 sons with wives who taught the dinos how to harmonize. Who taught the dinos how to harmonize? There's gators, frogs, and woolly mammoths, zebras sharing beds, triceratops and kangaroos stacked 10 high on their heads. The ark was built with cubic math and doors that sealed with prayer. You ask about sanitation, don't go there. Just don't go there. Just don't go there. So come aboard this sacred ship where science hits a wall. With creatures from all continents, pre-flood we had them all. The timeline's tight, the logic light, the rain began to float. And now you're on a bumpy ride aboard the magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. Unicorns dashed to catch the ark, but tripped on fairy tales. They stopped to charm the woodland elves and slipped through magic veils. Their horns aglow, they missed the boat, no place for their parade. Now stuck in myths and bedtime dreams where fantasy should stay. Where fantasy should stay. But what about old Sasquatch? Did Bigfoot make the trip? Was he too hairy, tall, or shy to board that wooden ship? He maybe hid behind the trees, or snuck in with the apes, or rode the flood out on a log, Don't fall for tales of magic boats or creatures 2 by 2. Get smart, ask questions, that's the best thing you can do. Education shines the light that clears the myths away. So keep your mind wide open and learn what's true today. Learn what's true today. Learn what's true today. Hey, with Skipper Noah at the wheel and wife supreme with nerves of steel. 3 sons with 0 sail and flare. Their wives who brought salon gray hair. 2 rhinos juggling on the deck and Bigfoot hiding near the wreck. Here on the magic zoo boat. Here on the magic zoo boat. Here on the magic zoo boat.
So if you want to bring up Magic Zoo Boat to me, you're going to get an answer like Magic Zoo Boat.
So if can you imagine if we had
Where's
pain
everybody
receptors? I don't know where.
There we go.
was.
There's everybody. We got to find everybody. I got to do my thing over again.
So if you had pain receptors in your brain, the creationists would have cognitive dissonance, and it would bring them to their knees.
Apparently. Okay, we'll fix the screen. There we go. Fix the screen. Geological is AI. So everybody knows I bought a license. So anything that I put out from Suno is licensed now, and I'm able to use it and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Mike, you just figured out the trajectory of my life. I need to go into genetics to figure out how to make stupidity physically painful.
Yes, exactly.
It's gonna fix everything.
Please don't. That would be so painful for me.
Okay, everybody. I have to bow out. I'm exhausted as crap. It's been a long.
Hey, Slim, it's good to see you. Good that you're okay, and looking forward to you having a live stream up very soon.
Yeah, and I'll be in this
panel with you, Slim. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Always, yeah. Have a good night, y'all.
All right, thanks,
See
Slim.
ya. Bye,
And
window.
make sure I did do the description. I believe I asked somebody to check it for me, and they said it was there. So check the description. Slim should be in the description along with Brainless. Subscribe over there at Slim Cyborg. Thank you very much, as well as everybody else that's in the description. And I think I've got from the other week, I have Rex and Austin with his new channel name and everything. Everything should be in the description today. I did kind of fall on my face last week, but luckily I haven't fallen on my face. So I have to keep telling myself I was a dead man walking a couple weeks ago. Okay. They cut open my head. I was in the hospital for most of a week. I've been on a lot of drugs. I've been through healing. I tried to throw a water bottle up to my son who was working on the roof today. Thank you very much, my great kids, for working on the roof today. I I broke a water bottle. I could only make it to the edge of the roof. I couldn't throw it all the way up on the roof. I felt so pathetic. But I had just put together most of my greenhouse over my pond because I was getting some leaves in there, you know, so I figured it was that time. So I was doing that too. So I am doing things when I get a little energy crisis, you know, I'm supposed to take 5 and take a rest and everything. You know, I'm supposed to take it easy. But I was doing some stuff. But man, throwing that water bottle sure humbled me. I can imagine. Underhand, and it was all I could do to get it to the roof. And it was like, oh man, that is just so sad.
Yeah.
But Big Brother launched a water bottle up there, so we took care of him. Hello, Robin. How you doing? Thanks for checking on me. Yeah, I was throwing like a girl. That's what I didn't want to say it because some girls throw way better than I was doing today, this afternoon. It was pretty pathetic. And thanks for reaching out and checking on me, Robin. I know I was getting a little lippy with some certain folks the other day, but I think they had it coming, you know. So you better watch out, catch me sober.
Sorry, I have to dip out for a little bit. Well, probably the night. I'm getting tired. So thanks very much, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you next week or before then, maybe. Take care.
All right, you have a good night, Simos, and don't forget to check the description for Simos's link. Simos, when in season, he covers the races on Mondays. He covers the state of the onions. Whatever catches his fancy in the news. He runs them in seasons, so it won't always be on every week. And Simos also has his regular thing where he hangs out on his channel and plays games and all that kind of good stuff that YouTubers do. Make sure you check out Simos's channel in the description, as well as everybody else's, as well as there is a link for Ember. Let us not forget, if you've got it like that, Ember has a lot of medical bills that are weighing on her. She has to pay, a lot of money to medical bills. So you got a few extra bucks. If you have to take care of your ass, take care of yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Some folks don't got like that, but those of us who do, please send Ember a few extra bucks, help her pay her bills, put some food in her belly, and stay healthy, and all that kind of good stuff. Because we do love it.
And the thing about those medical bills are there because of fucking bigots.
Because of bigots. So one more reason to kick a few bucks if you got it like that. You will find the link in the description, as well as the link for the channel and the new link name for Austin's channel, and who else? Mike.
I have it on good authority. If
everybody's
you
in the
send
description.
Ember money to help Ember pay her medical bills, it will make baby Jesus and racists all over the country cry. They're going to bawl their eyes out. If you want to make a Nazi cry, send Ember money for her medical bills.
Win-win, folks.
I'll
Sorry,
have to share that.
Somebody sounded like somebody had something to say.
Yeah, no. You talked about
Tilting's got it in the chat if you're looking for that.
Making Nazis cry. Like,
yes,
I came across a video of guys trolling the KKK.
Tilting Windmills got it in the chat, as well as it's also in the description. Make sure you check them out. Ember is a great friend of the channel, and we care about Ember, and nobody should have bills because of some. I don't want to call it stupid. I don't even know what it is. It's just some. She shouldn't have these bills. So help her out.
Cunts.
Help her out with these bills, all right?
Amber is
she got attacked
such
by
a sweet person. Such a sweet, kind, and
I'm pretty sure she's told everybody what happened.
Sometimes it's a shitty world, and we are left behind here to clean up the mess. So let's clean it up good, okay? And these guys too are part of it.
Are we gonna get? Are we gonna get to the ink?
the other
Okay,
point that I
well-
wanted to make was about them.
I'll let it play for a little bit. I'll let it play for a little bit, see what he's got to say. Here we go. Ooh.
Where did everything come from, and particularly matter? If there was once a time where there was nothing at all, and then suddenly there is something, that's a pretty big change. Where did stuff come from?
Oh my god!
I think Tacos has a great explanation that all stuff comes from pre-existing stuff. So maybe you should check out Breakfast Tacos when you're asking this question, because he's already answered it. Next.
You can't just say the Big Bang, because what was it that went bang?
It's a straw man, right? It's just a straw man argument.
Yeah.
Nobody.
You can't say the Big Bang. Well, you can say the Big Bang because the Big Bang is the leading theory. So you can just say the Big Bang, especially if you're a scientist, because it's the leading theory.
You can
what
say
he's
the
saying
Big
is
Bang because the universe is expanding.
And
yeah, you can't, but
Nobody
you
can
can't say
verify
it.
that
You
the
can't say the
universe
Big
is not
Bang.
expanding.
How dare you say the Big Bang like that's an answer, Austin? How dare you give this person? He doesn't, Ray. He's setting himself up. He doesn't want an answer because he's telling you, "Don't give me this answer," which is an answer.
No, but also like I kind of hate that they called it the Big Bang, because it's not it wasn't a bang.
I think you can reasonably rule something out by exhibiting soundly and validly that it is mathematically, statistically impossible or just completely improbable. But I don't think you can do that with the universe, because nobody's claiming the universe came from nothing. They're not, and they're definitely not claiming that nothing just popped.
Oh, yeah, he's going to say that too. Don't worry.
If they're
He's gonna
saying
say that
that,
too.
some people have said, like Lawrence Krauss quoted in his book, that the universe is a quantum field, and that quantum fields have non-zero vacillating particles and charges, which means energy, and that can be something coming from nothing, but a quantum field still isn't nothing. And the energy that comes from it is indeed something, but it didn't come from nothing. It's like it is just a straw man. It's
Breakfast Tacos. That sounds delicious. I mean, every time I see Breakfast Tacos name, that's what I think too. It's like that's just a wrong name to have. It's like, God.
I'm over on his channel all the time. He's having open bloodbath debates tonight. I'll probably be over there after this.
Me and Taco been tight ever since I had my little talk with Jim Boob, and so that's kind of cool. Brought us together in a way.
I also debated Jim Bob on there, and he, like Manar, conceded that
that Manar guy is, oh my gosh, that's hard to listen to.
Manar conceded that the data fits evolution at the end of our debate. And then he pissed off, and I haven't talked to him since. But I still really want to.
He won't close that robe or anything. He's one of the ones that walks around and wants to say, "Everybody, look at my chest hair. I have chest hair." Ooh.
Yeah. I've told him many times to cover up.
Also, where did the laws come from that govern explosions?
Oh my gosh, where the laws
He's a pretty tough. Jim Bob would love this guy.
This guy is dumber than Hovind, I think.
Yeah, he is. At least Hovind is worth 6 figures. I don't think this guy is.
And things going bang. That already had to have existed, or you can't have a Big Bang. Also,
things had to go bang, or they couldn't go bang.
The laws of bang. The bang laws.
Okay.
I've heard of the bang laws. These are laws like door hose is one of the bang laws, I believe.
Down south, they just invented the bang laws.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Jim Boob. Jim Boob did wish me well, though, and I appreciate it. For as much as we've disagreed and stuff, he said, "Hey, Dave, I hope you get better." And hey, maybe he is human after all, and I was wrong. I can admit.
Oh no, he admitted
I was wrong.
He admitted in our debate that his YouTube persona is performative.
He's performative.
His audience he knows.
He was
maybe he's not really that big a jerk, huh?
Yeah. He came from stand-up basically, and he created a persona. But the interesting thing is when a tragedy happened to me, I was really surprised at some of the people that reached out very sincerely. And they were some of the, what I considered the worst, of my enemies. And they were, so the good Christians came forward and it was kind of interesting. But then some real fuckers like Smokey Saint said some really shitty things. And it really shows their true colors when something happens to you. So I appreciate that from Jim Bob and John Maddox. Maddox was one of them.
Yeah, someone's in my comments about the whole, didn't you have a near miss the other day? And I said, are you gonna go on and on and on about it? I mean, I had a near miss the other day, and guess what? One of these days it's not gonna be a near miss. He's gonna say, "See, I told you, Dave, that you were gonna die someday." And it's like, you haven't told me anything I don't already know, dude. We all know we're gonna die. We just don't all have a date stamp on it. That's all.
Well, thanks for popping my bubble.
Oh, sorry, Mike. We ruined Mike's tonight too. Gosh.
Mike, you can't say that. You're the guy who tries to sell subscriptions to your channel by saying, "Come subscribe before I die." Okay?
I guess so.
You don't get to use that line. Come on.
That's fair.
They are saying that it might be possible that the first person that will never die has already been born.
Born, yeah.
So, like,
I believe I have that.
Some scientists look at death not as something final, but as
here's the thing.
Not a disease.
That is that Brainless. That's because there's like a handful of species that are basically what's called amortal. They're not really immortal. They just have some kind of biological feature wherein they just don't freaking really die in observable time spans as far as we define dying. Like there's a species of underwater, like deep water jellyfish that when it dies, it reverts to its larval stage and can be born again as long as it isn't eaten and dissolved or something like that. So it's not really immortal because it can still be killed by other things. But that's only in some weird, obscure, like super random jellyfish. And the thing is, maybe we could figure out the genetics in like some sci-fi crazy scenario. But whenever you do things to your genome, when you change the biology of an organism like that, there's always a trade-off. So maybe we can achieve this, but there's going to be some cost for it, even if it's possible.
Yeah, and the person that's born today that won't die is probably one of Elon Musk's weird offspring or
somebody
beautiful
with
people,
33
the
names,
beautiful people,
33 numbers and 14 exponents in their name. Yeah.
Hello, Tori, how you doing? And Ed is on his way to do his stream at 7, I believe. Have a good stream, Ed. And I'm pretty sure Ed's doing a part 2 of somebody that larger in the community that gave him a shout out. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Go check it out at the Rabid Atheist over at Ed's channel. You have a good night, Ed.
So big doesn't make any sense because big is relative to small. So you have to have dimension.
Big doesn't make any sense because it's relative to small. That's what makes it relative to small, and it's big. And boy, is this dude dumb.
Is he talking about the Big Bang?
Big, I don't know. It doesn't matter because big is very relative to small. And if something is small, you have a small little bag of candy. And if you have a big bag of candy from Halloween, you're sugar rushing. And there's a difference. What the hell are you talking about, dude?
So I think I know what's happening here.
He's stupid, right?
He's stupid.
Basically, he's butchering physics. So in physics,
what the fuck?
you can consider opposites as like things like positive and negative, two vectors going in the opposite direction that cancel each other out. You can consider opposites as things like something versus nothing, matter, mass, energy, the substantial stuff versus empty air and, empty space. But big, even by that reckoning, big and small are both magnitudes of something. Small is a really tiny magnitude, and big is a really big magnitude. That's based on relativity.
That's the thing with these words, right?
Is based on No, I know.
they have definitions that outline, and it's
trying to use arguments of apologists more intelligent than him without understanding.
Well, it goes back to the screen here. He doesn't want to have to explain anything on the screen, so he just says they're just words people use. And I've heard Ken Ham say this. They're just words they made up to use, and it's like, yeah, that's what words are. I mean, they discount what words are, you know.
Yeah. The guy's first mistake is the guy's first mistake is focusing on a not so well defined title to something rather than saying, here's the cold dark matter, whatever, the something CDM model, and here's what it says, and they call this the Big Bang. Let's talk about the CDM. Let's not pick apart a title that was given to the concept long before they had worked out the complete model.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was to make fun of the concept, right? That's where it came from, to make fun of it. Because it wasn't a big bang, it was an expansion.
Yeah. It was coined by Fred Hoyle, who was mocking
Didn't like
George
it.
Lemaitre.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't forget, seagulls are free, so if somebody's hungry tonight, and in Minecraft,
and it reminds me of something I wanted to say earlier that I was thinking about, and it just popped up. And if I had an interaction with this guy and I explained to him how he's butchering the apologetics he's using, it's only going to make him better at apologetics. I'm only giving him the raw materials with which to mindfuck other people. And this is one of the minefields you navigate when you actually decide to debate these people, in addition to them possibly being like Charlie Kirk types who are going to selectively edit your interaction to make you look bad and make themselves look good. And it's like, do I want to actually explain this to this person who's never going to change their mind, and it's just going to help them, improve their shtick? Like, oh my God, do I want to have a debate with Kent Hovind? And now he goes from, there's 6 levels of evolution to now there's 35 levals of evolution. And
if
he's
Wesley's
volcanic and meteorological and geological and oceanic and all these other types of evolution that I'm telling him about.
Let me tell Wesley, if he's asking about me, I'm doing all right, Wesley. As if you're asking about somebody else here, we're just clowning around about eating seagulls.
Wesley, hi. How's it going? Wesley's an.
Well, I told Wesley everybody's welcome here at the captive desk. They can say their piece. I just don't care for it going on and on at us all. So if Wesley wants to drop his Jesus or his Ozzy or whatever he does, that's fine, and then let it go, and then we'll move on.
Wesley is a prophet who you're not allowed to question if he's a prophet.
Yeah, well, I already had that discussion too. I found out about who was it? Was it Filbert? Somebody did a stream about you can't be sure about anything because it's all deceit, and it says, Joe was doing it. My fault. Joe was doing this thing about everything's deceit in the Bible. It says it's deceit. So even the saints and the number ones in the Bible could all be wrong about everything, and that book doesn't mean anything. It's like, oh no. So you got to read that long, boring book with all them tiny letters in it, and it could mean absolutely nothing true at all, except for the one part about there's a God. And everything from that part down could be a deception to fool you, test you, deceive you, test you, or whatever he's doing to you by telling you a bunch of baloney other than I am God. And I'm like, what a crock that is. They could have saved me a lot of time going to Sunday school if they said, it doesn't matter if you read this, believe this, or anything, because it all could be false anyways. It even says so in this book. It'd save a lot of people reading that silly thing.
Oh, I didn't know he was a piano player, Robin. Can you put Robin's comment where she says, Austin, you are safe, up? Because, yes, this is a spot-on observation, and it did absolutely turn out to be correct. Hovind is so used to.
You're safe from teaching anything useful to Hovind.
Yeah. But Hovind is so used to running his script, he didn't even notice that I gave him the raw materials to amp his mindfuckery up to a new level.
Well, he's got these guys in their basement drooling over him. I mean, what more does he want? I mean, that's got to appease his ego, something terrible. That these guys are having their Catholic men's meeting, and then they're sitting around with their little outfits on, and talking about the great Hovind and how he's going to save the world from us all. And, oh my gosh.
And you know what the most important thing is? How they are better than the rest of the world. That's what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Where did they come from? So there was a time before any of that existed. And in fact, you have three things that need to exist, and they need to exist simultaneously. You have matter needs to come into existence. So did that spontaneously come into existence? That's what we're expected to believe.
No.
Space dimensions had to simultaneously
to believe.
When the energy started expanding, then as the energy expanded, it cooled and it started to form matter of different types with different types of atoms, different numbers.
But where did it come from, Austin? Did it come from space?
Like I said, already
came from space. It was not here, then in space.
Already there in the form of energy. It just cooled down. It just cooled down into atoms and nuclei. And then we came along later after all the atoms and nuclei had been mixing up.
See, that's the problem.
Long enough for organic chemicals to be created by all the matter and stuff that got mixed up and churned about.
That's your problem.
Some of those organic chemicals got
these people don't want. They don't want to deal with all that. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want any of those answers. They don't want any of that explained to them. They don't want any of this passage of time to have happened until they open the first page of the Bible. Then time starts. That's all that matters. Everything else, throw it out the door. It doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of blah, blah nonsense. And that's all these guys are picking up, is all these scientists are a bunch of idiots because they studied what happened before the great Ken Hovind showed up on the scene. And anything that was recorded in history before Hovind appeared on the scene is absolutely worthless. And that's the world we're living in. And you know, why do we worry about these guys? Well, look at the influence they have on so many people, making them so, I don't want to say stupid, because I really don't think people are that stupid. But so easily
angry for sure.
To turn things off, willingly turn parts off their brain.
Unthinking. Yeah.
And you know what the argument he just gave, like, it's so funny to me, because, like, as Austin could describe so elegantly, no, the theory of the Big Bang does not say matter came from nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Their theory says matter came from nowhere because somebody said, "Let there be matter. Let it be there," and it came out of nowhere. The thing they say that can't happen is exactly what they say
exactly.
happens.
Yeah. So
that is the irony.
Lightning bolt, and the lightning, it was like a level 33 creation lightning bolt. And he had to yell out a long incantation. I assume it took like at least 30 minutes. Probably needed like some major components, like some diamond glitter or something. But then he spoke it and kaboomed it. Yeah, and then there was energy and matter and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, much less simple, much less complicated than a quantum field just existing. Yeah, the space wizard creating the quantum field. Yeah, totally a better explanation.
And you know it's even better,
multiplying the entities at all.
I gotta tell you, the best part of this whole thing is waking up first thing in the morning and popping my toaster out from the shelf and saying to myself,
"We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast."
Yeah, it's a great way to start your day. I mean, it's aromatic. And there's so many things to put on it, and I
told you what you did to me, Dave, with that. I watched a series where the dog was named Toast, And every time I saw the dog, that fucking song played in my head.
Was it a Japanese series? Because that is very common amongst
No,
Japanese
it was
animes
called
and
Wayward.
mangas.
It was a Canadian series called Wayward by Mae Martin. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like Japanese characters that are named things like Beef or like famously.
I've never been a
Goku
person for
from
breakfast,
Dragon Ball
right?
Z, his name is Carrot, basically.
I've never been a breakfast person. Even in my youth, they used to call me the Apple Man because when I went to school, I used to grab an apple going out the door, and I would have an apple for breakfast. So I've never been big on breakfast. You know, a piece of fruit is kind of like, well, it's moist. I know people love that word too. But I think, you know, an apple or an orange or something like that and for breakfast is more my speed. Anyway, taking these medications, though, they force you out of bed looking for something to eat and telling you, hey, it's time to take your pill. You better take something to eat, right? So it's been a really interesting thing, this new fascination. And with the toast and everything else, I said, well, you know what? It would be a crying shame for me not to be having toast in the morning. However, I did inform my wife, you know, you should probably, you know, give me a couple other little choices so I don't eat toast every morning or I'll be, you know, backed up or, you know, who knows, right? Can't be good for you eating the same thing all the time. So I have been trying to mix it up a little bit. So, you know, no concerns or anything. But there might be some, I might try some alternatives to breakfast. Some breakfast, what is that the right word? It's not alternative to breakfast. It's alternative choices for breakfast. That's the word I want. So I might have something other than toast coming up this weekend for breakfast. However, I do love toast. It is good. It is easy. It is aromatic. It is a good way to start your day. It's warm in your stomach. You can make it sweet or spicy or honey, or just people have given me so many suggestions on toast lately. Yes, it is truly an amazing breakfast food.
But it's a bad thing to have singing inside your head all the time.
And then you're singing too, you know. Pizza, pizza. It's pretty close to toast.
Here's something interesting and relevant to what we're talking about, right? Do you think you guys, like, could you name one of these elements could you, like, if I asked you to be like, what's a transition metal? Would you be able to tell me one?
No, it's been a long time since high school.
Do you think Ken Holland or this guy could tell us one?
No.
Almost definitely not.
Probably not, right? Like, even if I gave him like a hint, like, okay, one of the transition metals, its chemical symbol is IR. Do you think you can name one now? No, probably not. And do you think they can name the specific element that we think is the first one and why we think it's the first one? No, probably not. Can any of you guys know?
Well, hydrogen and helium are the first two ones, right?
Boom, Dave with the cracking answer. Absolutely.
Yes.
Hydrogen and helium. And do you remember why?
Simplest?
Well, they're the prime elements of the universe, aren't they?
It's because of the number of particles in their atomic nucleus and in their orbital electrons, right? It's 1 and 1 in hydrogen, and it's 2 and 2 in helium, I believe, right?
Wasn't hydrogen the first element that could form, like when the universe cooled down?
Yes, and it's because there's a pattern to both the number of atomic elements, rather, neutrons, protons, electrons, nucleons, gluons, muons, bofidizons, all the different, ones. And there's what was the question again? I'm sorry, I got distracted. There's a pattern between how the number of atomic elements they have and like the breakdown temperature. Like the higher the temperature, the more stable the element is with lower numbers of atomic elements. So that's why hydrogen is the most stable at the highest temperatures. The rest of these, hydrogen and helium rather, the rest of these elements are not. It's like an exponential J curve. You can statistically and mathematically calculate the energies at which they're, stable based on each other. And this is why we think hydrogen and helium were the first two elements, and all the other elements came after them. And these are the kinds of pieces of evidence that support the naturalistic model of universal creation, not really even creation, just expansion. The Big Bang is just the energy that was there expanding and cooling down into these different elements at different heats and densities. And the heat, basically the whole universe is just heat. It's all heat and energy. It's just getting mixed up in different ways. And we're just one of the ways for that energy to exist. Just like a wave or a turtle or a planet or anything, really. But, I guess a lot of people just can't get that. Not unless you shoehorn a god into it.
You can't have matter without having dimensions, or where do you put it? And time has to exist. Because if you have matter and space but no time, when do you put it? So matter, time and space have to coexist, and they all have to spontaneously start to exist. And we're expected to just believe that. Cosmic evolution. Chemical evolution, essentially you have a periodic table with all of these elements. Where did that come from?
That's pretty much explained that it's from stars primarily.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you had your hydrogen and helium, your stars formed, all your other elements formed post stars, and some formed with the supernova increased gravity and pressure needed to form some of the final elements.
Yeah.
So
and they formed in a lot of ways.
I know that one, and that was known in high school chemistry way back when, my dude. So maybe catch up just a little bit.
Yeah, and they're formed in ways that's hostile to life in like 95% of the universe, 98, maybe 99% of the universe. And like, there's no way life could live here as far as we understand life.
But we don't know nothing about it. And it's like, dude, you know nothing about it. But I'm remembering my high school chemistry real easily here. And it says you don't know much there, buddy. And probably because you're listening to Hovind. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Did they all evolve from hydrogen?
No, they didn't evolve from hydrogen.
How do you get uranium out of hydrogen?
How do you get uranium to hydrogen? See, this is why the periodic table is set up the way it is. It gives you all these answers. If you look at the periodic table, and Austin's going to show off his periodic table, I cannot name you all the stuff on the periodic table. And credit to people that know all that stuff and what all those numbers are and everything. But I can look at a periodic table and I can figure these things out. Yeah. Dude, look at a periodic table. I mean, come on.
You add protons and neutrons to the nucleus, and you add electrons to the orbital shells and the sublevels. It's not hard. Like, it is hard for like the high level stuff, but getting the basic stuff should not be that hard. Oh gosh. Yeah.
We're asking way too much.
You gotta remember. How interested would you be in actually figuring out the truth if it would cost you your job, friends, family, loved ones, access to your offspring, social clout, mobility, stability? Yeah, like. For me, I had to get removed from that entire social structure and given a completely different social support structure that allowed me to explore those questions. And then it was enough. I was able to watch debates and learn that, creationists were wrong. And I finally saw unedited debates between creationists and their opponents, because usually they edit their debates, if you didn't know that. Usually the way it works with most people who are creationists, at least in my personal experience, this is anecdotal, I probably can't back this up with statistics, and I'll admit that, but the way it works is they learned about evolution in a sermon from a pastor who was not a teacher of science, was not somebody who knew science, and there was no questioning allowed. There was no Q&A afterwards. You were given a sermon, and the sermon is law. It's the word of God. If you trust your preacher that much, or your parents do, And that is how they become creationists, basically. That's what they learn about evolution, and they never see like an unedited debate. They never see like a real biology textbook or get a real biology lesson, at least not one that they're not asleep for the most of. I think that is the way it works. That's the way it worked with me specifically. And in order to get me out of that cult, I had to first be removed from that dominant social culture and then educated. And for a lot of people, we can try to educate them, but they're still deeply entrenched in that social culture, and no amount of education is going to do it.
Definitely. And in the side chat, Anita, no, the periodic table doesn't disprove God, but it does prove it is evidence for evolution. And therefore...
Somehow I got muted. Okay. Mike, what was the timestamp for that thing you were talking about with...
Right around 40.
Yeah, we haven't gotten very far into this video, have we?
Yeah, 40 minutes he starts talking about
oh shit
fossils.
We always get so far into these videos.
Yeah, fossilized ink.
We're just playing around, and this video is not serious at all. I mean, some of the stuff is laughable. They're talking. See, here's the geologic column thing, and I mean, he's laughably bad. I mean, the camera angle was enough to sell this video to me. So,
dude, seriously, I think I have gotten enough lessons from various creationist crotches today.
I have no problem skipping here. About 40 minutes, you said?
Yeah, 40 minutes. I think he's talking about jellyfish. Then he goes on to talk about fossilized
I'm
ink.
almost confused why he would show the diagram, because the diagram's so bad for their model.
They don't care.
It shows
care. He's citing Ken Hovind. You're thinking too hard, Austin.
Yeah,
really, you got to set school aside, buddy.
Yeah.
You are at Saturday night.
Harder than them.
You are at Saturday night at the Atheist. These guys do not give a crap what your school says.
And Anita, again, we're not trying to disprove God, per se. We're trying
evolution
to
does not
disprove
prove this. Well, the only thing that evolution disproves the claims that are said by certain religions that are supposedly said by God. It disproves a few things or whatever. But if you ultimately rely on, which many of them do, is that forget what anybody says, I believe God did it. Okay? If you always leave yourself open to a God did it, well, you don't know how God did it. God could have did it any different ways. And so that's what it is. Ultimately, that is very hard to argue against, that God did it, okay? But it's also very hard to prove that God did it too. So I don't think you're any better off by using that argument, although I will say it's better than using a magic zoo boat and getting laughed at versus being intellectually honest enough to say, you don't know, you put this here and whatever will be. If all these other things are wrong, it doesn't matter. Putting all your eggs in one basket, it's either going to be this or not. And for that, I think that's about as honest as you can be, that because you can't say it one way or another. Go ahead, Mike.
So this Grand Canyon thing, if you ever try to fill a dog dish and walk across the floor with it and it's sloshing back and forth, that's what was happening during the flood, sloshing back and forth. And you set it down on the ground, all of a sudden all the water flows over the side and creates the Grand Canyon. Like, what the fuck? It's like it's sloshing back and forth in these giant tsunamis, according to them, bursting up from the fountains of the deep. There's a little fucking boat floating around on top of it. Nothing else can float.
Magic zoo boat.
Everything else sinks. And then all of a sudden, the water just drains away and creates a Grand Canyon in a week. It's like, wait a minute. If you believe that, but what this is really about, and I mentioned it on a...
Yeah, but you believe in evolution, so it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah, same thing. This little video I did the other day, you know what this is all about? It's about fucking power for the Christian nationalists.
Absolutely.
they want to make academia, science, any mainstream stuff. They want to bring it into question, get us to doubt it, so that they can run our minds. That's what they're doing. That's all this shit is about.
It's
Nothing
not,
else.
Once you can't trust anything, they can make you do anything.
Yep.
If they're the only ones you can trust, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Is it when you believe absurdities, you'll commit atrocities?
Yeah, that was Voltaire. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do 2 hours of, do you believe evolution did this, and you believe proteins formed by chance, and then at the end of it, they tell you about the fucking magic zoo boat floating on tsunamis.
That's exactly what dude in the chat was trying to pull on me today, and I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Okay, first of all, I'm sober. Okay, I haven't been sober in 40 fucking years. All right. So if you're gonna have an attitude with me about a magic zoo boat, I'm gonna tell you it's a magic zoo boat, dude. Give it a rest. You're saying anything magic zoo boat to me, I'm just going to laugh at you. Yeah. Okay, this is not a in-depth intellectual argument about the existence of life and death and God and heaven and all these things. No, you want to argue a magic zoo boat? Seriously, dude, I have gray hair. I'm not going to argue about a magic zoo boat. Now, people have asked me, well, couldn't there be a God and an afterlife? Sure, there could be a lot of things. There's an endless list of, sure, could be all these unicorns. Things. But you know what's not on that list? And I guarantee is not on that list? A magic zoo boat. Yeah. Because it is so freaking ridiculous. Impossible. It's not the way anybody would do anything. It's all the poop everywhere. I mean, yuck.
Yeah, have you ever been in a barn in July? Have you ever walked into a barn in July?
Right.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
And in the genius of God, he put one window in the place. So extra ripe and smell. And it's just so ridiculous. So no, magic zoo boat. And these guys are sitting around basically laughing at scientists who disprove the magic zoo boat. And they think themselves all so smart. They're going to rule us all. And I tell my wife and son every day, I said, you better hope there's somebody out there that knows how to run the power grid or something, because I don't know who's going to be left to run all these things anymore. Things are going to start shutting off, and we're going to have idiocracy running the streets going, I don't know how to turn it on.
Yeah.
And
if you can find
it worries me.
If you can find that ink part, he says something.
Yeah, we'll skip it. You said it's coming up, right?
There'll be somebody like Steve McRae to turn the boards on, as long as some magic chick gives him a couch to sleep on.
Steve is way out there. He's been posting some stuff lately and doing some shows. I'm like,
is he crazy?
Dude, did you hit your head or what? I mean, he seems...
He ruined his life, and a MAGA chick took him in, and now he's her MAGA puppet.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he is saying some off-the-wall stuff, and I know people, lots of opinions about him, but I always gave him enough credit that he did seem to have a brain. Whether you agree with it or not, he did seem to have a brain operating there, and I question lately that the brain hasn't slid out. And, so that's all I say. I don't want to get into arguing about Steve because it's very polarizing, but I've never thought he was an idiot until I seen the last few streams he had, and I'm like, oh my God, dude is an idiot. And I had my brain cut open. So consider the source, all right? Consider the source. Let's see what he says about what we got here. We got some time. We'll find it for you, Mike.
Which are small and grassroots funded. All the serious scientists think they know all the answers, so they just don't look into it. Right, next slide, please.
There it is, right there, Dave. Stop. Okay. So he says that about after the ink thing too. He says, "Oh yeah, they just don't look into it. Like we don't look any deeper. We just say, oh, here's science stuff, and we never really thought about it. We just made it up, right? We just nobody's ever looked into this stuff. It's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I've had that question before.
Science does."
Right. What do you think they do all? Yeah. What exactly?
What do they do all day?
What do they do all day? playing tiddlywinks or what? You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
they don't look into it. Oh my God.
yeah.
Okay, my
and,
head.
and they
just
don't
popped.
have any answers, and they don't have, you know, what's with these microscopes and
Yeah.
electron microscopes?
How does that
and
work? I mean, if you believe that shit works.
yeah, all these things. What's this? What are they taking apart waves of light and examining them and all the what's this stuff doesn't mean anything. It's all magic. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, they just want everything to be magic, and the scientists are all just silly because they aren't saying it's magic.
To be fair,
what does the river
taken
current
me a
do?
good 10 to 20 years to build up a good basic familiarity with the modern scientific model. Once I did, though, I didn't try to act like I understand better without getting actual confirmable data. But again, that takes tens, if not hundreds of thousands of hours.
I think that's the
of
thing too.
lab and field
You touched
work.
on Austin. They do watch a science video. Their first science video ever. And now all of a sudden they're an expert on all things science. Whereas the day before they were denying or didn't know anything about it. And today they are the expert. They know better than all the experts in the world. They know better than the scientific community. You know, they know better than any of the big names they can name, whatever. So it's that also. It's kind of the funny of flipping it. Yeah.
As the old saying goes, you can silence 50 scholars with one fact, but you can't silence one idiot with 50 facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed, there is always that problem. And we've seen that a lot lately. Don't tell them about CERN or LIGO or, yeah. I mean, they think that's all just a way to hide money or something, too. I don't know. They don't think anything really goes on there either. So, they're happy being blissfully unaware. And anything that tries to bring them into awareness that people are actually doing this research, these hard hours, dedicating their whole lives, maybe generations to answer a question about the natural world, they can't absorb it because it doesn't give them any real-time satisfaction, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been studying it for 10, 20 years on and off now studying it at university and college level, 60% of my way to a degree in it. Go. I took an exam today and got 100% on again my first statistics exam, which is really good because I have 9 fucking exams this semester, 4 in my chemistry class and 5 in my statistics class. But I aced both, so that's good. But it's taken me 10 to 20 years to build up some level of familiarity with this scientific model. It's a pretty decent level of familiarity. I'm not like fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson or some shit like that, but I know my shit somewhat. I definitely know my shit in a completely different realm from most creationists. Some of the professional creationists might even know their shit a little bit better than me still, but not on evolution, at least. I know they're fucking wrong about that shit, okay?
Don't give them too much credit, Austin. Yeah, easy.
Well,
we had to rein you in a little bit. There
are some creationists that pretty much concede evolution, like fucking Todd Wood. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he has a blog post that's called, The Truth About Evolution, where he straight up says it's a successful model, it's supported by tons of evidence, it's still alive and growing and improving every day, and was like, oh, but you should still be a creationist because the Bible says so. And that was basically it.
He's the guy that works on kinds, right?
Oh god, yeah. He's one of them, as is Kurt
Berrimans.
Yeah.
Berrimans.
Yeah. There's a couple.
Yeah, and I think
there are a couple.
Yeah, him working on Berrimans, he's coming closer and closer to admitting that it's evolution, because he had trouble drawing lines. I bought his book, and the book is just a fucking mess.
The whales are fucking throwing him for a loop.
Yeah, it's pretty
because they're still technically 3-toed ungulate quadruped land mammals. They just don't print the back legs anymore.
Yeah. So Austin, I got to drop out in 15 minutes. Are we going to do a little carbon chemistry backbone tomorrow?
You want to do that? I'd be down to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What time do you want to meet?
5 a.m. 6?
5 a.m. Jeez.
5, 6?
I probably won't sleep at all.
Well, whenever after that, after I don't want to do it at 4 a.m. So
Robin,
5 a.m.
it wasn't
or after.
just one A+ test score. There were 2 of them. Okay, come on, give me a break.
5 or after. You pick a time and you reach out to me and we'll do. Now, what I would like to know, is there anybody out there that really gives a shit to learn a little bit deeper about what it is when you look at all these chemical structures and you hear all this talk about evolution? There are simple things that you can learn to understand all of this. Does anybody care? Does anybody care?
For sure. I've learned a bunch of them. Like Chomps is one of my favorite ones. You know Chomps?
Remind me.
Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur.
Oh,
it's a mnemonic device to remember all of
okay.
the main chemicals in living organisms.
Yeah, there's about 30 of them though.
Those are the biggest ones. Though.
Chemical reactions before 5 a.m.
That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Keep that in mind, Mike. Maybe a little bit too early.
Carbon is the big one. That's why I like Chomps, because carbon comes first. It not only has a good organization, it is kind of like in good order to like, it's almost ordinal in the way it's organized.
It's proof it's proof that it wasn't intelligent design, because it would have been chomps. It would have been chomps, not chomps. They would not have had it. And there they would have used magnesium instead of nitrogen. So
let's see what other gems they could possibly throw out here.
I'm popping out, guys.
Everybody seems to be falling out on me. I'm the one jacked up here.
I'm tired.
You better settle down, Dave.
For fuck's sake, it's 1:30 for me, fuckers.
I'll be good until 8 p.m. Now, 8 p.m. I take this horse pill, and this sucker jacks me up, man. Let me tell you what. But the little ones don't seem to do it as bad.
Something jacked me off, but never mind.
Hey,
I got 12 minutes. 12 minutes.
Brainless, always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for checking on me, Brainless. Your friendship means a lot, and I hope you have a great night.
Yeah. And good night, motherfuckers. Love you. You guys are awesome.
Motherfucker.
And the side chat as well.
You're a motherfucker.
Yeah, thanks for bringing Slim over too. Always Slim's always welcome over here. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Ooh, I saw pussy. Hey, cute. Night.
See, there you go. You got a bonus.
My cat's been very mean today.
Well, let's see what he's got. What our gentleman's club has left for us here in the final moments, and we'll have a good night wrapping up on time. I know a lot of other people are streaming. I think Mark Reed's streaming.
That should only take.
Rabbit Atheist is having his stream, and I think there's some other folks that'll be on too. So there'll be plenty of things to catch other than my high ass. But I have enjoyed covering this. When I saw this video, I knew it was going to be top tier, as Simos likes to say often, just by the camera angle. And the first reaction I got to this video was from Mike saying, "What's he doing with his camera?"
All I can see is his feet.
I know. So
what the fuck?
And it does bother me a lot, because
at
40 you can see him
with this either.
This is one of the things I do. I am not a high dollar content creator, right? But I try to center my image. I try to make sure the thing's straight and has the right time and date on it. And, just your basic things. And as somebody noticed with his screen there, it's crooked.
Yeah.
And after a while, that would really bother me that you couldn't. It has levelers on these machines and everything. You just turn the knob a little bit, and it's amazing. And it fixes it. And to not do that is seriously, it's just lazy. It's lazy.
If you go to 40 minutes, you can actually see this dude. He actually walks over to the other side, and you can kind of see him.
Yeah,
and he looks exactly like I thought he would.
Oh, it goes along the bottom.
Oh, we'll skip him up here a little bit.
Okay. With very steep sides.
I can't move it too fast, or it scoots right by it. But
way down through them.
We'll let it go here. 40 minutes, 40 and a half.
Is higher than where it enters. Right. Which is why I say it would have had to flow uphill. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. Index fossils I mentioned before. This is from.
Oh no, index fossils too. I forgot it. This was in here too. Boy, this guy hits all the crap, doesn't he? I mean, this is bottom tier. This is Saturday Night at the Atheist, folks, in its finest glory. Bottom of the barrel. Index fossils. Yeah.
I'm almost scared to ask, what in the ever-loving fuck is an index fossil?
It's circular reasoning. The fossils are the same age as the dating, and it's circular reason thing. It's right from Hovind. It's right from his playbook. It's a circular reasoning thing without, of course, leaving out the index fossils are used in the field in the replace of the books and stuff. However, they do not have to be. You can take the stuff right back to the lab. It's just a convenient way to quickly do things in the field. However, these things are not gospel in the field either, as anybody would know. There can be many things wrong with what's something collected in the field. And that is why it is just it's a pocket reference, right? It's just, well, I think this is it, and I'm going to write this down. I'm going to mark, I'm going to put the GPS, whatever they got to do nowadays. And so they have a reference to it. But then, of course, it can go to a lab. It can go to the experts. They can check. They can say, oh, no, they just put a gas main in here last month, and they dug all this stuff up, and that's why you got a pile of stuff over here. So, yeah. But it sounds good to the rubes. It's,
the main problem we get when trying to date things is that they're not old enough.
Yeah.
When we're trying to do radiometric dating and judge something based on isotope decay, the main problem you'll get is if it's not old enough, your results will be noise. You'll get numbers.
The daughters are.
Mark Reed says the same thing. The dates for index fossils, they're a guideline. That's all. It's a pocket reference.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be written down in a science book or a paper or anything else. Yeah. It's just it's a note. Check this out. I found this under a rock. Check this out. And
there's many forms of dating now that all cross-verify each other.
This is another term that they take and immediately want to nail everybody on it, and it isn't a nailable item. It's one of those items like so many in science where it has to be this, and they want to nail you on it when it's nothing, Burr. It's nothing to be nailed down. It's already, as Mark and you and everybody else has said, it's a vague reference, pocket guide, close enough, something I found in the field when I kicked a rock over number that is not going to ever see publishment or anything else. That's not what this number is for. But
to a
the Gentleman's Club here is very happy with it because Ken Hovind is going, hey, they don't know what they're talking about. A bunch of dummies.
Yep. To a creationist. Oh, look, it's proof that they assume evolution. It's totally circular. Ha ha. They're not going to acknowledge the context. They're purposefully manipulating the context, so they're not going to learn all the context because they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's part of the game.
It's the same thing they do with Mary Schweitzer.
Oh, that poor woman.
Yeah.
Just last week, somebody was bringing her up, and I'm like, give it a rest. I mean, when I hear this stuff anymore, it's just like, give it a rest. I mean, you just found out the Mary Schweitzer stuff, and you're bringing it up, and I was like, oh my God, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
In the American Journal of Science, the rocks do date the fossils. That's the layers of rock in the geological column. The rocks do date the fossils, but the fossils date the rocks more accurately.
Nobody dates fossils.
Precisely.
Don't know what he's talking about. Wrong. Of course, from the first line of him praising Hovind and his 7 forms of evolution that he also denies at the same time because he's really stupid.
I know why he brought up the picture of the geographic, because I bet he yelled, there is no geological column while he was
he had the picture of
that. He's got that in there too.
Yeah, there's no geological. Yeah.
They have that cartoon picture of the geological column. He definitely brings that one up.
It's just a visual demonstration of data to help people learn.
If any of us, and many of us know things by Hovind by heart, so do these guys. That's primarily what this video is. And I don't really cover that guy. So this is kind of my way of covering that guy, because I don't even think he's worth of covering. He is so bad. And nothing against any of you that have debated him. That's your own business. I am not like that. I don't tell anybody what to do. And he does need to be put in his place now and then. It would be nice if you could ignore him and go away, but that doesn't work, you know?
He was just a stepping stone for me. I had 0 subscribers. Now I have almost 300.
We'll see.
Yeah.
There you go. And there's, you know, people that cover these, you know, Hovind and Ham and Ray Comfort, and they make a good run on their channel doing it and stuff. You do whatever you want on your channel, you know. For me personally, I've always covered Ken Ham. Now, as far as anything that has to do with Hovind, it literally makes my skin crawl, okay? And that's why I don't do them, all right? I'm not telling somebody not to cover Hovind. I'm saying covering Hovind makes my skin crawl. That's what I'm saying.
It makes mine crawl too, Dave.
That's so, you know, to each their own, though. I mean, this is, it's a big place, YouTube is.
I don't have to actually interact with him. That's
I can never, I can't listen to one of his debates because I can't listen to him for more than 5 seconds. I have to fast forward through his part.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Stratigraphy cannot avoid this kind of reasoning if it insists on using only temporal concepts, because circularity is inherent in the derivation of timescales. That sounds to me like they are admitting to circular reasoning.
No, they're not. You're misrepresenting it. We've already explained it's not circular reasoning. So,
it's not circular reasoning.
No.
It's multiple independent lines of evidence all matching each other and supporting the same conclusion. Radiometric dating, dendrochronology, limnological lake archive dating, molecular dating. And then we use all of these forms of dating. The way we test them is using them on objects of known ages. And that shows that they're consistent.
And what do you know? They're always consistent. As far as radically as inconsistent that they claim they are, when they actually go through the testing, it comes back very consistent to known ages and very accurately. So all of their arguments are crapola.
Yeah. Radiometric is extremely accurate. It's absurdly accurate. Yeah. No, it does really irk me that they claim that this is circular. And anybody can explain it's multiple different lines of evidence fitting each other, and they'll just still claim it's circular. A lot of it is just
Miss Bumblebee. Hello, Miss Bumblebee.
The ad nauseum logical fallacy. They just make the argument over and over again, and the point is to frustrate and exhaust opponents so that they just go away. They just leave the table. They're like, okay, I'm done with you because you're like a 5-year-old. You won't use reasoning and logic.
Bree's doing her hair. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You have a new hairdo, Bree? We have a new hairdo?
And then once you get fed up and you walk away, they pretend like you not being there, like you being like, this is beneath me, this isn't worth my time, is the same as you conceding defeat. And pretend like, oh, nobody can defeat me, like Kent Hovind with his
somebody accused me of getting
debates, never lost one. I've never
somebody accused me of getting pissy and walking away from a debate or something like that. Well, first of all, it wasn't a debate, it was a stupid argument about magic zoo boats. And did I get pissy and walk away? Yeah, because I heard enough. I believe I said, well, this is too much stupid for me to listen to, and it's really hard to filter through, with a buzz and somebody saying something really stupid. And I already said, I'm not looking for a debate. I don't debate these things, especially not when I'm buzzed, And then these people are like leeches. I mean, they know. I clearly said I had surgery. I clearly said I was buzzed. I clearly said I was on drugs. I was clearly laughing. I was clearly making jokes about a magic zoo boat, and they were trying to throw this whole "you're not being a serious atheist" argument against me. And it's like, yeah, I'm not being serious. Well, what you want me to come into academia? Hey, let me take my pills first, right? I mean, come on. Obviously, I'm not to be taken seriously, and they they just want to leech onto me and try to make me out to some kind of dope or something. It's like, look, man, you know, I'm old enough to be your father. Shut the F up.
Dave and Austin, I have to dip out. I have to go serve dinner, so I'll see you guys
Gotta
later.
go serve dinner. Having a good one, Mike. We'll talk to you later.
Big pork roast, roasted potatoes. It's gonna be good. Okay, bye.
Go and eat your cousin. You're gonna eat your cousin because you believe you're related to a turkey.
Oh fuck! Good night. Sign off. Goodbye.
And don't forget, Mike is often joined by Scott Duke over at Answers in Atheism. That link is in the description too, as well as everybody else's. But I'm pretty sure you're in there too, Austin. So everybody's in the description tonight. I was on it, even being a high on. I said, I'm not going to let you people down by not putting your name in the description, because that's the least I could do, right? What time is it? Yeah, we're running here. Well, Austin, you're also welcome to go whenever you like.
We're cooking. I'm loving it.
Appreciate you hanging out with me.
What is it? This guy on
we got a few minutes. Well, we'll roast him off for a couple more minutes here, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll go see everybody else that's out there tonight. Like I said, I think Mark's on. I think Neil will be on. There's a whole lot of folks that are going to be on tonight. There's always plenty to do on Saturday evenings, and tomorrow, of course, is Sunday. Mike's talking about having a thing with Austin, so there might be something to watch over there. Sunday nights is ruled by Maya, and you go over there and have a good laugh. Mark said he's doing a debate dissection. Okay, you go there and check out Mark. Bree says she's going to be on with Mark. Okay, so there you go. You got a double header there. Bree and Mark, all right?
Hell yeah.
Good deal. I see Robin's in the chat. Robin's a great supporter. Appreciate you, Robin. Eric, how you doing, Eric? Didn't see it pop in there. I've been looking around. Doubting Thomas is in here. Hello, Doubting Thomas. Good to see you.
Robin, I'm down to basically stick around. She says Austin can't. I am not allowed to leave apparently until she says I can. Robin, I can stick around basically in perpetuity if I can just go off camera and play video games and eat some dinner while I do.
Yeah, well, it's about time for me. I got to exercise my legs. That's the only issue. I've had a little leg swelling lately, and they said every once in a while, walk around and keep the fluids moving. So I've probably been sitting long enough. I should move my legs. So I want to take care of them. I've been trying to do everything the right way, and everything the doctor says, the nurse says, and most importantly, everything the wife says. Love you, baby.
Eric's been working the whole show.
Thanks for taking care of me. She puts my pills and little things with the little times on them and make sure I take my stuff. She's great. As a matter of fact, let's see, what is it? 8 o'clock. See, I'll have another one coming up. That'll be perfect. That'll be my big pill. And that's one I think that's the steroids or something. Man, do they mess you up. So before I become a fool, it will be a good time to wrap things up.
Okay, cool. So about like 10 more minutes.
We'll see. We'll see what else we can find here. Go ahead.
Mark Reed wants to know what video games I'm into at the moment. Mark, that's a huge question. I have been jamming on most of the same games my whole life. I love RPGs. I love world building games, sandbox games. I love fighting games. So most of the games I play are in that category. I do like driving games and shooting games a little bit, but not as much. Currently, the games I'm jamming on majorly are Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I go back to that every now and again. I got back into Stardew Valley again recently. I've been playing that. I play a lot of Minecraft, and I also have I've been playing a lot of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It's freaking awesome. It's so fun. You get to fly around as Goku, have energy battles, fucking leap into the sky. It's awesome. And then I've been playing a lot of Soul Calibur, which Soul Calibur is a game I've been playing since I was like 7, and I'll fucking slay anyone on it. break yourself if you want to come try and beat me at Soul Calibur. I'm
Standard
the kind of
deviation.
motherfucker that'll have you throwing your controller on the ground and say,
Standard deviations talking about my big pill. The big pill I take twice a day is the steroids. And I think everybody, all my doctors, all my nurses, everybody said steroids will mess you up. However, they are very important for your overall health and infection and all that kind of stuff. So they juke you up with steroids. Now, good news is most of these meds have, mellowed in my system or whatever it is. So it mellows out. But when I was first started taking them, wow, I was all over the place, highs, lows. I'd laugh, I'd cry. I was like, it was really weird, really weird how it messes with your head. I mean, it tells your head things, it's like something else is talking to you, and it really bothered me. But things have been chilling out a little bit. However, I noticed almost as immediately popping that pill, it goes right to you. It's like when I drink alcohol, and I would make a joke about, just one drink goes right to my head, right? Seems like that's how some of those pills are. As soon as they get in your system, you're just like zoom, 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 and until your brain kind of, okay, that was that pill I just took, and a little while later you chill out. But
Cervantes is top tier, Mark Reed. Love
top
Cervantes.
tier.
Cervantes is he's a dual weapon fighter, and he also uses a pistol. He's sick. He's like a nasty, dirty pirate man, like a haunted, cursed pirate man. He's fucking cool. I like a lot of the characters in Soul Calibur, but my main is Siegfried and Nightmare. They are just ridiculously just busted, just outrageously broken. He uses a sword that's bigger than my fucking body, and he swings it around like it weighs like 2 pounds. So of course he has an obscene range, and when you combine that range with how fast he is, I rarely get touched. I perfect most people I fight because I just use an infinite combo where you never recover. Once I hit you with one move, you're just done for.
Don't mess with Austin in video game.
And then I like Keelik and I like Maxi are my 2 second faves on Soul Cal.
Well, let's see what he's got here in the last. We'll give him one more shot here to convince us, Austin, because one thing we like to do at Saturday Night the Atheist is give them any of the benefit of the doubt. Now, we didn't go through a lot of this video, but I will tell you, I've watched. They've got like a series of 5 of these, okay, and they're terrible. Gentlemen, your group or whatever is terrible. You're idolizing a terrible person. The things he believes and debates and the 7 ways of evolution argument thing, it's terrible, especially when you're denying what the Hawaiian shirt guy doesn't deny off that list is microevolution, because creationists accept microevolution. Now, they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
This guy,
because by saying that, they're accepting evolution. But
if he's denying microevolution, he's basically denying the fact that you were born different from your parents.
Yeah, himself, right.
In his worldview, you should have born looking exactly the same as one or the other of your parents.
And I want to see if where he's got his. I mean, these people are always, made in the image of God or something, and his image of God is standing behind this bar most of the time. And another one, he had a beer and he spills it all over the place because he's a klutz. And that's supposed to be the inspiration, is that they have the Dear Hovind, who has all the answers. He's smarter than all of academia. Might as well just go home, because Hovind has showed up.
Well, yeah. Then, why did he even give a speech? Just play a Hovind video.
Yeah, and then they're sitting around. Now this isn't a real group. Some of you might be wondering. There is other videos. I said, sorry, I got a dry throat. That's one thing that made me mad. My throat was just cleared up, and now I got dry throat again. from scoping me, and I've really been disappointed. I appreciate people with their concerns for me and stuff, but for everybody that talks about shoving things down someone's throat, and I actually had some shoved down my throat, and I didn't have to get one joke about it. Come on, people. It's one joke. I do appreciate, though, that people don't like to make jokes at a time like this because they don't think it's appropriate. I do appreciate it. But for all of you homophobes out there, this guy had something shoved down his throat. Ah! Okay. Is that funny? All right.
Yeah, I think it's
2,000 years ago, would you? So in effect, it's circular reasoning. Because in order to prove that the Earth is old, you need to assume that the Earth is old. Okay?
In order to prove the Earth is old, you need to assume.
No, all you need to assume is
the
that
Earth is old.
atomic decay rates are constant, which, as far as we've ever observed, they completely are. And with the few instances in which they can be manipulated, they can't be manipulated enough to make up the enormous gulf of difference from what you need them to be to what they are now.
And of course, he's looking at the obvious ridiculousness of his religion, that if he just makes things up that happened, they did, and he wrote them in a book. And so it's just a terrible argument all the way around. This is not how you determine what is real by, whether or not something's written in a book or whether or not somebody wrote something down. Or there's so many things that go into it, and they leave out everything except for those very few things that they don't have anything.
Go out and get repeatable data that radiometric decay can change enough to make sense? No, they can't. They know it doesn't. Yeah.
Or it's going to shoot their own argument right down, because any solid data that you will accept, and we will give a creationist a bone. I'm sure there's a few out there that have to say, I guess I was wrong. I mean, the data came in, right? I mean, there has to be, you figured at least one or two, okay?
I was one, and now I'm an atheist.
So there you go. You got Austin that said, hey, wait a minute. As much as I don't like this, right? As much as I go to church, as much as I want Jesus and all these things, or whoever your prophet may be, there has to be a point with some of them where they realize the testing is sound. The data is sound. It's been done over and over by other labs in other countries, and there's no sense arguing it anymore, And they're gonna now, of course, some of these will argue it forever, like Ray Comfort and everything. He's gonna argue the same thing day after day after day after day, even though he's been shown wrong over and over again through the end of time. But I have a glimmer of hope for these people that realize, like Austin did, wait a minute, no matter how you do this, no matter what excuse, no matter what range, the farthest range or anything, you're not even close to the numbers you're claiming. And when he says all they need to do is wish it to want it or type thing, that's garbage. The layers have been clearly known to have been set down over long ages, for a long time, before any of the modern dating methods, just by the deposition in the layers. Something creationists leave out often is there are different depositions in the layers. There is not just one. So every time Hovind, Ham, or any of them distort the geologic column, they are leaving out that there was land, dry land, forested land. There was seas, yes, that came and went. And then there was forests, and there was desert, and there was rocks, and there was canyons, and there was mountains, and they came and they went. And all these different things are left in the geologic column. So it's not just that this layer can be interpreted differently as all happening at one time. It cannot be. You cannot have a forest environment for generations during a flood. No, you can't, okay? So again, if you're going to put in my favorite Magic Zoo boat, right, and I protested it, wearing my shirt tonight, we'll do another shout out. I was there. Austin was there. I met Austin there.
I got a shirt too, but not this one. It was a black non-believer shirt. I think it's upstairs somewhere.
People, there was different shirts. I had pre-ordered this because I told Joe I need to have orange, Joe. Yeah. So Joe made sure there was orange for me.
Nice.
So I had to have it. And tonight, because I had heard somebody talking about Magic Zoo Boat, and it was there in the laundry and it was clean, and I thought, well, tonight is the perfect night. It's speaking to me to wear the Magic Zoo Boat shirt tonight and regurgitate that meeting you, Austin, and everybody at the Ark Encounter there. I just recently, I forgot I had a good quality of my talking, so I had posted that on my channel the other night.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I was happy that they found that good quality, because the other version I was all choppy and moving around and kind of robot-y.
Yeah, and you delivered it on the spot.
I did. I was amazed I could get the words out, as much as anybody. It was hot there. This was at the end of the event. He gave me the microphone. I said, "Hi, everybody. It's really great to be here. I just want to make sure I didn't screw up my own name." And hopefully this event is about over. As much as I enjoyed being there, as much as I enjoyed meeting everybody and the great speeches that were given and everything, it was also such a relief to get in that air conditioning, put some fluids back in yourself, and just say, oh my, I'm glad today is over. But it's an event I will never forget. It was a long time in the coming. And let me see. We're gonna drop that off because we don't need that up there anymore. I think we're done talking about these guys. They, right off the bat, like I said, they have 5 videos out. I'm gonna click my other thing. There we go. They have 5 videos out talking about how great Hovind is, how he has taken down, academia and all this. And for any of us know, he's a clown. Okay, he anytime he's gone up against anybody, he's been defeated terribly. Anybody that's come prepared for a fight, you're gonna slaughter. Okay, don't play his game. Don't play his. You think you're a tomato or whatever this garbage is. And other than that, he doesn't know anything. Okay, he claims he was a science teacher. He wasn't a science teacher. There's no record of being a science teacher. People have looked. He was at a Christian school where they'll let anybody teach anything to anybody, which is mostly their kids and stuff. And I'm not to knock homeschooling or whatever. You do what you want, okay? But make sure your kids are learning something if they are doing it.
Middle school arithmetic. I'm almost certain.
For what, like 6 months or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. His degrees that he touts are from degree mills where you can send in anything along with a check, and they'll send you a degree and whatever you want. We have a president that does these things. How sad are you that you'll display a phony trophy or a phony degree as some kind of accomplishment? I mean, I wouldn't do it. I said earlier, hey, if you have a degree in toenail clipping, be proud of it, because you put in the hours, right? You've got that piece of paper, right? You went to the school, you paid the money, you did the work.
Clip the fuck out of a toenail.
Clip the fuck out, make a beautiful toenail. The world needs beautiful toenails.
Hell yeah.
And
they could use your services.
Yeah, these people that pay for these things, and it's just as bad as these ones nowadays where they're paying for subs and all this other crap. Yeah. It's like, how pathetic are you that you would rather have a fake 5,000 subs, whatever the number is that you paid for, versus one real one? Wouldn't you rather have somebody that says, "Wow, dude, I enjoyed watching your video"?
Yeah, like 230. That's fucking.
Yeah, people actually watch your stuff too, right?
Yeah.
And that makes you feel good. That hey, wow, and then you've got these people out there with all this phony stuff in this phony world we live in, and it's just one more phony thing. You've got these guys talking about how great Hovind is. Yeah. What world do you live in? This man is awful. I mean, he's a womanizer. He's a sexist. He's a.
Do we have another?
I don't want to actually say a lot of things.
Are we going to talk about all of Hovind's acts of infamy? Let's just hit the highlight. The kid who drowned in his park.
Mm-hmm.
The kid who drowned.
Other than that, they had a great day, though, Austin.
He said, yeah.
Other than that, they had a great day. He actually said that. Other than that, they had a great day.
Hey, Miss Lincoln, other than your husband's brain's fucking leaking, how was that play you went to this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, not paying his taxes and talking about all the baloney. And ultimately, what kind of a man lets his wife go to jail for something he did?
Yeah.
I would have said, look, I'll sit.
Abusing his spouses, physically and legally abusing his spouses. How can you trust a man who does that to his own spouse? You know he don't give a fuck about you.
No, I mean, you're in trouble. You say, look, I'll do whatever, but my wife isn't going to jail. She's not involved in this. She was just a sucker I used. And, he let her go to jail. And I was like, what kind of a pathetic, small, not a man are you that, you would allow something like that to happen to your wife for not that she was a bad person, for the fact that he was a bad person and he was just having her sign shit or whatever. So, and he got her in trouble and then he let her go to jail. I mean, what kind of man are you, dude?
Yeah,
you want to talk about being this old school man or something? No, you're not.
The only thing she did wrong was trust Kent Hovind.
Yeah, she was just a good, being a good little wife, and all he had to say was, hey, she's just being a good little wife. She ain't going to jail or I'm giving you a hard time. And they would have dropped everything off of her. It's an easy case. But he made a stink. That's what he did. He had to have made a stink about her, go tell them the government's Illuminati or some garbage, whatever he says, just to drag her down, and all that stuff. It's obvious what kind of person he is, and anything he has to say is just as worse. I don't like talking about the guy because, like I said, it gives me the creeps. I don't make videos about him normally, but when these guys said, not only was it a bad video I stumbled on, but when he said, it's the infamous Hovind from the 90s, and I almost, literally spit my drink all over the captive desk here. And you guys are a college group or something, or whatever that Mike was saying, that exploring the great Hovind or something. I'm like, oh my God, when I hear these things,
middle schoolers know this guy's an idiot.
Really? I mean, it's disheartening, isn't it? It truly is.
I was one of those middle schoolers who knew this guy was an idiot.
Hey, so Eric, we got Eric. Hold on. We've got Eric dropping a captive desk membership. So I think a good way to always round out the evening is hit one of these.
Let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on till the skies till the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
Hey, and thanks a lot, Eric. Appreciate it. Let me see if I'm caught up here. Eric. Nope, it's not caught up yet. Let me refresh it. There it goes. Eric got one too. Muttley Von Eric. So thank you very much.
Since we're
permission to share the Mighty Filbert stream, of course. If you always welcome to share links in the chat. Put the links out there. Mighty Filbert's going on. Okay, great. I'm going to wrap things up here. Austin, go ahead. Tell folks what you got coming up, what you got doing, whatever you want to shill for yourself, sir.
Let's do it. So tomorrow I got my thing with Mike. That's pretty much it. But I do have final thoughts on the stream, and I want to offer them to Fireman the Philosopher. We do have an anti-evolutionist in the comments. So Fireman, I'm going to call you out specifically, and this one's for you. I hope you're still in the chat and listening. If I could, I would happily sit here and download everything I know about evolution and the origin of life and abiogenesis and chemosynthetic biological reactions that occur geochemically And I think if I did that, it would probably be very helpful for you in answering a lot of the questions you have. But I think the bigger question is, do you really want those questions answered? Or do you want the answer to be, it can't be answered, only my deity can explain it? And I think once you ask yourself that question sincerely, my knowledge will be of greater benefit to you.
And
But
yeah,
since you
I see
are
your fireman
asking about
buddies in there quite a bit.
Abiogenesis is a very solid model. It's a quantifiable, falsifiable, possible solution to unanswered questions about natural history and unsolved problems in our study of the universe, and attempts to use what we learn to improve human existence. And one of the ways it's improving human existence is it's helping us unlock protein folding, because when protein folding goes wrong, it causes all kinds of diseases, including the big C.
Axel says, did Kent also spend some time in jail too for reasons and domestic things? He's a terrible person. And hello, Geel. If I didn't say it, hey, Geel. Hello, Axel. Hello, all the people joining in. Appreciate everybody. It looks like Mark's going to his show. Thanks, Marty, for being in here. And standard deviation, always adding to the chat, is really appreciated. Tilting, of course, Robin, everybody hanging around with me. Bree is going to be over there too, checking out the dissection. So yeah, everybody go check that out. And as far as I'm concerned, as I told people at the beginning, I've had some questions about my health, what I've been going through, and that some people have suggested to me it might be a good idea to make a few videos. Who knows? Something might happen to me. Something might not happen to me. Either way, it's some should be recorded. That's what people do on YouTube. And I know I had a lot of, a lot of thoughts go in your mind, and one of the best ways I found is looking things up and getting some answers. Whether you like the news or not, at least you know what's happening, what they're doing, what they can do for you, what they can't do for you, and the understanding that there's a lot of people have things going on. You deal with it the best you can. We're not the first ones on this party, on this planet. Many people have come before us, and many people will come after us. We're just here for a finite amount of time. However, in my case, I try to have as much fun as possible while I'm here, and that includes gathering here at Saturday Night the Atheist, like we used to. Well, most of the year we've done this. Obviously, there's been a little interruption with a couple of the episodes, but otherwise, Dave has been back, man. I've been screwing up a couple times. Forgot the description, little things. Sorry, Dave's pretty high, okay? But Dave's going to be here until they carry Dave off. Dave's also here during the week. We're doing the Night Watch, where we look at some shorts. We have a good time looking at those, too. So look for me during the week doing that. I also have my channel. If you'd like to be a member of my channel, I have memberships on my channel. Only 99 cents or whatever the cheapy thing is. You can go to the join button below. You become a member of the channel. You get perks like seeing my videos first, and we have member streams. Speaking of, should have had one this month. I have been busy. I hope you understand. But don't think, I don't feel obligated to you that I owe you one, all right? So it will come, maybe a little late or something. I'm going to work on a member stream. We'll put a member stream together. We'll get together and hang out as members of the channel. You get, other things as the usual perks of being a member of the channel. I'm a little foggy about what they all are. Some about early access, things like that, okay? You get it all at the captive desk, right? So if you'd like to be a member of the channel, join the channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those kind of good things. Leave a comment below. Check the description below for everybody that's been here tonight. Thank you, everybody that's been here tonight. Thank you for everybody in the chat that joined us. and we'll go through the starred chats one more time before we leave. We have
the final thought, in case you missed it, Fireman the Philosopher, is that answers to a lot of the questions you're asking are out there. And if you go and you sincerely explore, enroll in a university. There's community colleges that'll take you no matter how bad you are at grades and whatnot. And you can learn some of these answers to your questions. What you might find, and I think this is one of the things that terrifies theists more than anything else, is that you end up with even more questions. No matter how many answers you get, you still have more questions than answers at the end of the day.
Well, we're going to go
And
through
that
the
is
super
what
chat.
we scientists love. If we ever ran out of questions, we'd probably be having a bad time.
Okay, what would you do then, right?
I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon.
All right, for a Jester, we had $2 that said, daily rave will be in Dave's brain. And indeed, it has been lately. Fred Harvey, good channel supporter, good friend, sending in the, I got a gnat in my face. I got, send it in the, I believe that is the Australian $10. You mean medical science learns and improves over time and hardworking. Shocking. Yes. Thank you for all the hard work that you do out there, you scientists. We've got Ryan Murphy's been hanging with us for 3 months now. Thank you very much, Ryan. We've got Dade Murphy, excuse me, sending in $2.
I love that slogan.
I appreciate Dade Murphy. If you need a good laugh, a good pick-me-up, Dade has a lot of shorts out there. He does a lot of, there's many faces
We
of
met
Dade
him
Murphy.
at the Ark Encounter, too.
Dade Murphy was at the protest, too. He also, I think, took to the mic, too, didn't he?
I think so, yeah. I think he gave it.
So he's out on the YouTubes, too. Jester was here for his $2. He said, it's okay. Most Jets can find a new dick. Jasper gifted a Captive Desk membership. Thank you very much, Jasper. And Eric Wander gifted a Captive Desk member. And for all those I missed earlier,
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, to the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among the shadows, the wild spirits sing.
and all of you rock, all you channel members rock, all you subscribers rock, all you people that watch my stuff. And don't forget, hit the like, hit the share, hit subscribe, drop a comment. Means a lot to us. We appreciate it. The algorithm appreciates it. And it doesn't cost you anything to do that. And that goes for any channel. If you watch something and you like what they did, drop them a comment that said, hey, good job, man. Good job, girl. Good job, whoever. It goes a long way. It really does. It doesn't cost you anything. A lot of us know that you can't support everybody, okay? You just can't, all right?
It's true.
But you can hit a like and hit a comment that, hey, I liked your video. It was funny. It was informative. Saved me some time. Good tip. The one I saw the other day. Dude, you did something with a tool or something. It was a good little tip. I never knew it before. I left him a comment. Hey, good tip. It was from years back. He sent me a comment. He said, hey, I appreciate the feedback, right? Because he was trying to save me some time. He saved me some time. I appreciate it. And he recognized that I put the comment in there. Hey, man, thanks for saving me some time. I didn't know that about that tool. Okay, so there's some really cool people out there. Make sure you support everybody. And speaking of cool people, Austin, you're one cool dude, man. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight here at Saturday Night the Atheist. And we will see you all next time. Let's see if we can find Austin's favorite song, because I know Austin likes my sign out song here with the outro. There it is. And we're gonna set it. Okay. Thanks, Austin. Thanks, audience. I will see you next time.
Tales of lore knocking at the captive desk door. Oh, legends live within these in the halls, books and stories on the floor. Looking